Hello, everyone. What is going on? My name is Timpedia, and welcome to the TNT podcast for what's today? What's tomorrow? Tomorrow is technically the July 6th, 2017, but we're recording this on the 5th. Pulling the curtain back. Anyway, we're here for episode 8, and we know it's episode 8 because last week was the Star Wars episode 7 discussion.
What a coincidence.
Man, that was popping off, man. That was a good one.
If you're listening to this podcast, you're probably listening to it on my channel, Timpedia. I do like Let's Plays and stuff. It's a fun time. And I'm here with my two co-hosts, Andrew, A.K. Friedman, and Tyler.
Yo.
Glad to be here. As always.
Yeah.
As with every week.
As every week. Yo, man, I'm about this.
So we will just pop right on into the news. And as always, one of the first things we have to talk about is Magic the Gathering.
Got
Even
open
though
strong.
it wasn't the first one on the list this time, someone went in and
I didn't rearrange it.
changed
Well,
it.
we got priorities.
I'm looking at you, Friedman.
Yeah, I got priorities.
I got priorities.
So we actually have two interesting pieces of Magic the Gathering news this week. The first one is yet another leak, much less large scale.
This one's just a single card.
Yeah, this is just a single card, but it does have wider implications. So we talked about in the first week of this podcast, we actually talked about the Commander set coming out in August, the 2017 MTG Commander set, which was going to have 4 tribal decks, and we knew that Dragons was one of them, which is why Leslie was freaking out like crazy.
5-color dragons.
5-color dragons. So the questions
She
became
was
like,
telling me about that last night.
like, are they all good? Wow. But yeah, but you know why? Because I
Yeah,
told her
just
about this leak yesterday.
Yeah, she was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "Oh,
Cat dragons, yeah.
Okay."
So speaking of cat dragons, Dragons was the first deck, and everyone was like, on this podcast, me and Freeman were like, "Oh, is it going to be 5-color? Are they all 5s? That means slivers, because Freeman really wants slivers." We now have confirmation that it is not all 5-color decks because the second box and the front card of the box has been leaked, and it is a green-white cats deck. And
The box basically confirms the whole thing is green-white.
Fucking cats.
Yeah, the box confirms that this is green-white cats, and I'm pulling up.
Can I
Where the heck
ask,
is it?
do you guys
Yes.
know how Wizards of the Coast picks their trends?
Not at
Like,
all.
oh yeah,
Because
for
of what
this
people want?
set, we're going to do, like,
So,
Egyptian
a lot of it
structures.
has to do
now
with-
we're doing cats.
So with actual world themes, they design sets like 2 years in advance. So they have this running list of things that they want to do. I know a couple years ago on Maro's blog, he had like list of 10 worlds we'd probably see at some point in Magic the Gathering, and like Egypt world was on there, Dinosaur world was on there.
Viking
Which,
World is probably the
Yeah.
highest ranked one that hasn't been done yet.
Which
So
we're
they-
seeing, right? We're seeing the dinosaurs soon.
Yeah,
if
Dinosaur,
we're-
Dinosaur and Pirates is in the fall.
joint set.
But anyway, so this is timed intentionally because Amonkhet has a small theme of cats because cats are Egyptian. So they probably had this in mind when they were trying to think of what they could do. They looked and they saw, oh, we're printing a few cool cat cards for Amonkhet.
Let's pull them out.
Cats are really popular. Why don't we make a new commander deck? Because we probably have some old cat cards that are kind of cool.
Yeah, one of the big criticisms for Amonkhet Black was, why is there not a legendary cat creature? And now we
Exactly.
know exactly why.
Now we know why,
So,
because they probably
isn't that-
probably at some point there was during Amonkhet design they probably had a legendary cat creature, and then they said, because the main sets are designed farther in advance than the supplemental stuff, Tyler.
Okay.
So probably like 3 years ago when they're starting to work on Amonkhet, 2 years ago probably more likely, they're like, oh, let's put this cat in because we have a small theme of green-white cats. And then cut to last year, and they're like, okay, what is Commander next year going to look like? We're out of a lot of good color combinations. Why don't we try this tribal thing? Okay, what are good tribes for Magic to build decks on? We need 4 of them. And they announced that at least one of them was going to be weird. And I wouldn't be surprised if the weird one is the cats, because they probably were like, oh,
Let's pick a tribe that hasn't had full support yet.
yeah, this like
Cats.
dragons. Dragons is
Dragons
a
have been around
cool
forever.
deck to print, but there have been so many freaking dragons. It's
There's
insane.
already a 5-color dragon commander deck. Like this
Yeah.
isn't a new thing. This is more like an improvement to something people have always enjoyed.
There's the two edge cases here. There's dragons are super popular. Let's keep giving people stuff so that it's like crack that they'll stay addicted and keep wanting
Hell
more
yeah.
dragon stuff. Then there's some people who might have just started with Amonkhet thought cats are cool, and there was this little cat theme. Here's a nice place to put them and give them something new to edge them into Commander, because Commander is up there in terms of their most popular game modes.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Marketing listeners.
a lot
That's
of
how you
that
do it.
a lot of that just boils down to we got a leak of the deck. It's called Feline Ferocity.
Jesus.
And, yeah, it's green-white,
Yeah.
and the front card is called Aranbo?
Harambe?
Arabo.
Harambe, cat gorilla.
Oh my god.
The
Arabo,
cat gorilla, yes.
Roar of
We
the
need it.
World. It's a 3 green-white 5/5 with Eminence, just like the dragon one. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if it is in your command zone or on the battlefield, another target cat you control gets +3 and +3 until end of turn. And whenever another cat you control attacks, you may pay 1 a green and a white, and if you do, it gains trample and double power until end of turn. So this is really good, actually.
It's very good for a green-white aggro style deck.
Yeah,
where you can make any cat you have just bigger on
and it's
cue.
not even go super wide, which is usually what green-white is. Green-white's like, hey, I'm going super wide, or I have
you just have
giant things.
a single big tall cat.
This is like, I have a few good cats, and I can pump a few of them up with this. I have a thing on the stick that I just have I have a giant growth every turn.
Makes me very excited to play Fleecemane Lion in Commander.
Oh man, that card's good. They honestly, part of it is probably they're like, hey man, people really like this Fleecemane Lion. We should give them a commander deck.
Give
for
them a
this
deck
card.
that makes it work.
But anyway, so that's cool. So now we know 2 of the tribes, cats and dragons, and we eagerly await. Hopefully, probably sometime this month, we're going to find out what the final
Comes out
2
August.
decks are.
Yeah, it's got to be. I want to say the end of this month we'll hear about it.
Yeah,
Be on the
by
lookout for. It's not going to be a Grixis color deck, but I expect the next 2 are going to have focuses on either blue, black, or red to kind of round it out.
Yeah,
I know
because
with
we have a
Tribal,
green,
they're-
white, and a 5 color, so we gotta
with
have
Tribal,
at least somewhat even color spread.
They said they're not restricted to making sure there's perfect balance, but
No.
I expect every color to at least be represented.
Yeah, I expect every color to have at least one outside of the 5 color.
Yeah,
So
which means Slivers is out of the running.
yes,
I take
no
back my
slivers.
prediction.
So then the other
Saturn.
thing, the other bit of Magic news
Even
is,
sadder.
huh?
Even sadder is this news.
Oh no, this news is fantastic. I think this is great news.
Damn.
So, it was announced, as we've talked about again before, the Magic the Gathering Online Commander, when it first released near the beginning of this podcast, was originally a shared ban list between 1v1 Commander and multiplayer Commander. And we are now reaching the update for Hour of Devastation cards to go into Magic Online. And that means that we are also having the update that splits 1v1 Commander and multiplayer Commander into their own separate ban lists, because that was a really stupid thing they did initially, and they're now fixing it finally. So, at the same time as this split, so that doesn't really mean much, because none of us play Commander online, me and Freeman don't, and we just use the paper ban list, which is fine.
Yeah,
But at the same
the way
time,
it should be.
yeah, there is much more significant news, because the Commander 1v1 ban list has been updated, and it is quite a change. We have, how many cards is this? 5 cards banned and 4 cards unbanned. So going through them really quickly, I'll actually
Real
break
quick before you go through this, I was looking at the list and I was convinced there was only 1 card on the list, and I read the first one, I'm like, that makes sense. And then I saw the rest of the list, I'm like, what the fuck is going on today?
Yeah, there's some stuff going on, but it breaks down into a few reasonable categories, actually. So the first one is Vile Smasher the Fierce is banned in 1v1, which is shocking that it wasn't in the first place. That's one of the new partner commanders from last year's sets from the 4-color decks. Basically, Vile Smasher says every turn, whenever you cast your first spell, a random opponent takes damage equal to its mana cost. The problem is in 1v1, it's not random.
It's just your opponent.
Every turn, as soon as you cast Vile Smasher, if it is allowed to stay on the field on your opponent's next turn, they are going to take damage whenever you cast a spell. Yeah, instant
Spells
speed or not.
resolve. It's a cast trigger.
It's a cast trigger.
real good.
It's busted. So
Yeah.
the fact that this wasn't banned even initially was surprising to a lot of people. But Vile Smasher and usually Vile Chrome for Grixis colors has pretty much risen to be the predominant deck in the format because Baral just can't handle all the cast triggers. So people started running it because, hey, Baral wants to counter the spell, but he's still going to take 9 damage from my Delve spell.
Yep.
So that makes a lot of sense. A bit more interesting is then everything else is designed to take blue down a peg because blue is noticeably the dominant color in 1v1, which is reasonable because in Legacy and Vintage it pretty much is the dominant color. Even if it doesn't run in every deck, it is certainly defining the formats.
Definitely.
So in an attempt to make 1v1 Commander just like Modern, as I saw on Reddit.
Yeah, this list looked really familiar when I saw the balance. I'm like, oh wow, it's just like Modern now.
Ponder, Preordain, and Brainstorm, the 3 best one cost blue draw spells in the format, and practically in all of Magic, outside of Ancestral Recall, are banned. They are all banned. And the justification is that it makes decks a little too consistent. I think that's a little silly when there's so many tutors running around, but the counter argument...
That was the bullshit thing I saw. Like, this only lets you manipulate the top 3. So you get maybe 3 card manipulation. You don't know what's in the top 3, or even with something like Ponder, you can throw it away and get something random. But
which is fair, but all the tutors aren't in blue.
I'm going to get it.
But that's the thing. It's an attempt to just make blue by itself a less strong color.
Yeah.
So it's reasonable because I think, like, of course, Vampiric Tutor at the end of your opponent's turn, you get whatever card you need anyway. But it's a lot harder to find that without having these draw spells to fly through your deck as fast as possible.
Definitely.
And it means that you have to go blue-black, which means you're more vulnerable to other things like disruption of your lands and things like that.
Yep. Color screw, all that kind of stuff.
And then the final banned card is Treachery, which was a busted card. This is a super old card from the free cycle of cards back when they thought that was a good idea. It was 5 mana, gain control of a creature, you untap 5 lands. The fact that this is a free mind control magic...
That's just too good.
You steal someone's Vile Smasher, you get their triggers for you. You steal... There's so few creatures running around in the format that as soon as you Treachery one of their commanders, it's game over. So... It's just too good of a card. Like they say in the post they did, because the Wizards MTGO Tumblr did a post explaining their thoughts a bit. And it's like, yeah, every single blue deck ran Treachery because it was free, and why not? It was busted against, like, Vile Chrome. Oh, you played your Chrome and you're tapped out? Well, I guess I'll just steal your Chrome, and now whenever you cast 2 spells to try to get them back, I draw a card instead of you. It's insane. Now we move to the unbans really quickly.
Unbanned.
We have 4 cards unbanned, one of which is Painter's Servant, which is very cool, because that card lets combo come into the format potentially, which is really exciting because it hasn't really been a big thing, because the value decks just were too good. But I would love to see someone try to make a Painter's Servant combo deck. Limited resources. I don't even know what this card is.
No, these are all cards I rarely ever play with.
Apparently, limited resources says every player chooses 5 lands you control and sack the rest, and people can't play lands as long as there's 10 or more. I don't know why that would be scary.
Yeah, I don't really know. It's an enchantment you can blow up.
It's weird. I don't know why that was banned in the first place.
Yeah.
Oh, you know why? I know why. Because these are cards that were targeted for multiplayer, and now that they're splitting the ban lists.
I don't know. Limited resource doesn't even seem that busted in multiplayer because it's basically one of those. Hey, everyone, let's all target. Oh, because it's 10 lands for.
Yeah, so if you have a board with like 3 and 2, then it's like, oh, no one can play lands, and I have artifacts.
Right. All right. Now that makes a lot more sense.
And then trade secrets. Target opponent draws 2 cards. You draw 4 cards, and you can repeat. The opponent can do that as many times as they want. In multiplayer, this is just a busted card, but in 1v1, it means nothing. And Biorhythm. Biorhythm is interesting because this is the card that says each player's life total becomes the number of creatures you control, and if your opponent controls 0 creatures, it's a kill spell.
At the same time, this is 8 mana.
Yeah, and green is on such a back foot This is not scary.
Especially right now. Yeah, it's perfectly fine for this card to be
Honestly,
legal.
if this turns into a combo deck, good. Green will be on top for 2 minutes in a commander
Just
format.
all
I'm fine
mana
with that.
dorks find a way to search out Biorhythm and win the game.
Yeah, I think that's fine. So, anyway, Tyler, we can finally stop talking about Magic. You can wake up.
Woo!
Speaking of which, why don't you talk about this, Tyler? Because this is.
We get to talk about Overdank
Talk
now.
about Overdank, yeah. Bring out the
Overdank.
memes.
Bring on the Terry Crews. At least, man, I'm hoping it's Terry Crews.
I don't think it's going to be after they revealed. Well, let's talk about this first, then we'll talk.
Yeah. So Doomfist was teased yesterday.
Yeah,
7th,
Overwatch
4th,
team,
July 4th.
They did what they do with it. There's fake news announcements in the Overwatch
Yeah.
universe. There was announcement.
That's how they
of-
announced Orisa.
That's how they did
last
Orisa.
time.
That's also, they learned not to do this shit with Sombra.
That
like
was Sombra was a mess, man.
Yeah, Sombra was a
Holy
lot
cow.
of different hints spread everywhere. They learned you gotta be more direct. So I remember when Orisa came out, there were stories about there was an attack on one of the maps as an airport, and then as a result, this scientist who was in another Overwatch-related article talks about building a robot who would end up becoming Orisa, the most recent add to Overwatch. But this week there was a story about Talon, the evil organization in Overwatch, that Widowmaker, Reaper, Sombra all work for. There was news of that they pulled off some kind of a raid and Doomfist was involved. But in addition to just saying Doomfist, the hero that everyone's looking to play, they also gave off a name for
His
Doomfist.
name, yeah, like
I don't remember what it
like-
was off the top of my head, but it is a common Nigerian name.
I'll say it's not common for us.
Oh, sorry.
Americans,
His last
but-
name is common for Nigeria, but his first name translates to something like The Chosen or something along those lines.
Well, that's what it is too. I like that's also like the mantle of Doomfist. Like Doomfist is a mantle,
Yeah, there have
So
been multiple
far-
people who've had that title so far.
and then
And-
this one is, and they even confirm it in the thing. Like, oh yeah, he is the current Doomfist essentially.
But everyone was convinced up till this point that Terry Crews was going to be voicing Doomfist. But the fact that he has this like very Nigerian name, and the fact that Overwatch is this game about representation of people of different cultures and countries, it makes a lot of people think that it's not going to be Terry Crews. They're going to get someone who has a very authentic accent, because they've done that so far with the last 3 heroes they've added. They keep it under wraps. They fucked up Lucio. Lucio was supposed to be Canadian originally.
Was he really? I actually
Yeah,
never
he's
heard
supposed
that.
to be a Deadmau's ripoff. Like, notice his.
Well,
his
yeah, I know
frog
the
head.
dead mouse. I thought he was the dead mouse of Brazil.
And then they realized they had no characters from South America, so they retconned him to Brazil before they came out with the lore. But that also explains like why his other skins are like hockey skins. And he
That's
has
what
no
I was
accent.
always wondering. I was always wondering what the deal is with the hockey skin.
Yeah, he's Canadian.
That
They
explains
rebranded
a
him.
lot.
But it makes me think that either Terry Crews is going to have to put on an accent. It's not going to be Terry Crews, or some people are saying Terry Crews is going to voice the actual gauntlet that Doomfist wears, because that's the source of the power.
Oh,
Which
yo,
would be
dude.
funny that there's a real guy.
Power.
And power. Order blocker.
See,
Anyway.
I would be all right with that.
That would be pretty cool. Like during his ultimate, you just hear Terry Crews chime in whatever the ult line is.
Right?
Here comes Doomfist.
Man, I just wanted it. They teased us with those pictures. What? Almost a little bit less than a year ago.
During the Orisa reveal, we thought there were Doomfist teasers. 'Cause,
Yeah,
like, the
that's
physical
right.
fist itself used to be an item that was on one of the payloads in the new Bonnie map. And when the most recent character drop, they changed that map to reflect the story, and the gauntlet had been stolen from the payload. So,
Yeah, like it was Smash and everything. Everybody who plays Overwatch knows that.
yeah, it was pretty
So
obvious,
I don't know. We'll see. But I think people are also speculating that it could be coming out. That he could be coming out with the summer games.
Yeah, people have been
They're coming
giving
out
on
soon.
some of the names for stuff, and the next patch in PTR is named Summer Games and Doomfist, and it lines up with the Summer Games returning from last year because they said it's going to be a seasonal event. Which, by the way, save up your coins so you can get that Weeb Genji skin if you missed it last year.
Hell yeah, dude.
But we're all on the
Yo,
lookout.
I
to
need
see
that
if Doomfist
American
happens.
McCree though.
Oh, was that from the Summer Games?
That was from the summer games.
Holy shit, I need that too.
Yeah,
That was the
and
one I
I
didn't
have
get.
enough. I have over 5,000 gold saved up.
I think
for
I'm
that
sitting
baby.
on maybe 7,000 right now, so I got enough
I'm
for 2
getting it.
skins.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah, that's what
All
we
right.
gotta do.
Yeah, overdank.
Overdang, which is odd because man, what was the last one we did? The anniversary,
It was, yeah.
the last event. Yeah, I think what happened with the anniversary, I played so much that I ended up burning myself out a bit. Like I was even trying to play the new Horizon map, and I just wasn't in it. I was like,
Oh yeah,
Jesus.
I haven't played it all. It's mostly because I'm back into Persona 5, but a lot of it is just I burned out from the last event, and I'm waiting.
Yeah, like I played so
wait for the next
much of
event
it.
to come out because, like, I personally am always chasing loot. That's just how I am with games. So I don't want to chase down vanilla boxes. I already own most of the shit. I'd rather wait for the good boxes to be available.
I mean, that's fair, right?
It's not
Because
that I don't
that
want to
time
play
you're
the
not
game.
wasting your time either.
It's just I'd rather wait to play it. It's that way, like when the new stuff comes out, I'm excited to play Overwatch. I'm not burnt out of playing healer every round like I usually
See,
am.
then I get pissed, right? Because then like I stop playing for 2 weeks,
Oh, then you come back
and then I'm like,
shitty.
shit, I can't hook for shit. Oh man, I can't scatter arrow this tracer anymore. Like,
Dude, it's simple geometry.
it's simple geometry. So, no, we can't start the Overwatch memes. We can't.
Yeah, we'll hide the memes in here.
Yeah, in the chat. So yeah, that's pretty much it though. I'll probably start picking it up again when those events come out.
Definitely. Also, just because Lucio Ball's coming back, and that was fun.
I didn't like Lucio.
I like playing Rocket League, but in Overwatch.
Rocket League. I think if you controlled it a little bit better, I hope they kind of improved it than last year. It was a little weird last year.
Yeah, it was. I'm willing to bet they're gonna modify it because it was very popular.
Yeah. No, we'll see what happens. We're gonna move on though to the Rayman SNES. Tim, you brought that up.
I didn't hear about this
The
one.
rest of the news is pretty tiny, but I will say I just saw on Twitter while I was on my phone for a second. So this is being recorded. This is super quick. This is just a minor magic thing, but it's kind of breaking news. And it might not even be true by the time the podcast releases, but apparently, so Hour of Devastation, the next set is pre-releasing on Friday and then releases next week. Freeman and our friend Luigi were supposed to come out this Friday, but whatever.
Oh
Luigi
wow!
canceled
Wow!
his jerk.
Wow!
Well,
You're
man,
gonna attack him on the
ready to go.
podcast.
I am.
Wow! Wow!
Let's hope he listens and hears
Apparently, though, so online there are these treasure chests you can win, which are basically 3 random rewards, usually like a garbage card and a rare, or potentially you're just screwed and you get this basically online point thing. Apparently, people are opening treasure chests and finding Hour of Devastation cards over a week before the set is released, and you can now buy Hour of Devastation cards in limited quantities.
Interesting.
Uh-oh.
And they are legal in Standard online, so you can already start playing your Standard deck with Hour of Devastation.
Oh man, Standard's even more pay to win than it used to be.
Wow, winning with the new format before it even comes out.
This guy's ahead of the meta.
And this guy, Saffron Olive, is on the MTG Goldfist podcast. I just posted a picture of opening a treasure chest, and there's a common card from Hour of Devastation sitting in that pack.
Wow.
Jeez.
Ripperoni.
Wizards can't catch a break even with their own products. They're leaking them themselves.
They
God
made it.
bless.
I mean, the Nicol Bolas Samut Bantu leaks were from Wizards'
Those
own
from their
website
website.
in France. So anyway, so this is just minor news that I just saw today, and we were kind of strapped for news. So I was like, "Ah, this is cool." Apparently, the creator of Rayman, let me pull up an article so that I can at least have maybe a name or something here. Because this was just kind of cool, little silly news. But apparently the creator of Rayman, whose name I'm trying to find, if I can find the article I was reading a few minutes ago. Or not. You know, why even have it? There we go. Alright, so, the creator of Rayman, named Michael Ansel, I believe he worked for Ubisoft. So apparently there was supposed to be a Super Nintendo Rayman game. I believe the first one came out on N64,
The PlayStation
right?
1. PlayStation 1.
And N64? I had one. I had the Great Escape on N64.
No, I think the first Rayman game.
Was exclusive?
I gotta look it up.
Whatever.
Yeah, I believe that was an
The
exclusive.
first released Rayman games were for that generation. Let's say that. Apparently, there was a build of a Super Nintendo Rayman game, a 2D game, before any of that even happened. Probably was a cool concept that either Nintendo or Sony was like, hey, bring that to our next generation in 3D, why don't you? But apparently, the creator of Rayman, Michael Ansel, sent the prototype of this game to a guy named Omar Cornut, who released it online. And it's just a super small demo, practically sized slice, a single level, a few animations, and not much else. But he posted it online, and you can download this little Rayman SNES thing. You need an emulator for it, but it's just
That's
cool,
really cool
that this thing exists, that he posted it online. Apparently, he found the files and sent it to this guy, and he posted it online. Yeah, it's apparently running at full. I'm just reading the article again. It's running at 60 FPS, which is hilarious.
Damn.
Yeah, and it's basically just a few levels. It's just a tiny little thing, but yeah, a little
That's
piece,
really cool.
a little piece of this game that'll never get completed from like 25 years ago on the SNES is out. So
That's cool. That stuff like that. I hope that actually
Like
with
this,
Star Fox
2, we're
2,
seeing a lot of Super Nintendo releases.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping that it kind of revives a lot of some of these dead projects that were like halfway through. Because there's a ton of games over these past decades, that we've all been playing games, and it's like, holy cow, how many of them like have been announced and have been working on? All of a sudden, you just never hear about them ever again.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
Mega Man Legends 3. I'm
Yep.
still upset about that.
But
Was it,
Tyler, why don't you take us into our last news story that's not Weeb stuff?
That's
There's a lot
fine.
of
Oh
Weeb
yeah,
stuff.
before we continue, so Rayman was on PS1, but it was also premiered on the Atari Jaguar and the Sega Saturn, also on
Really?
MS DOS.
Huh.
Yeah. So
Damn.
now you know.
I remember
I know.
trying to play Last Escape on N64, the second game, and I was stuck in the very first room.
Damn.
I remember
Forever.
that. I don't know. I think I got out of it eventually.
That's how you ruin a game.
I got out of it eventually, but I remember being super angry, being like, "Why can't I get out of this room? I don't know what to do."
And then just like Spyro and all the other platforming games died when PS2, like that next generation came out, and they
When
got
that
replaced by better ones.
third dimension got really big,
I
that's
mean,
when it all
Rayman
died.
came back. Rayman's had all those successful 2D games on that UbiArts engine.
Yeah.
It has,
You know what
yeah.
I want to know about though? I want to know how that hostile takeover with Vivendi is coming, if it's even a thing anymore.
Oh yeah, I don't even know.
Like when we were talking about it, like just like when you brought it up just now, not before, I was like, oh yeah, I wonder how that's going, because I know Ubisoft has been like cranking out shit for like
Give us money,
like
so
a
we
lot
don't
of
get
stuff.
absorbed.
Yo, actually though, like how many shit did they put like, and now with Rabbids and
What the fuck?
Mario, like who knows, man.
With that crossover, they're gonna make some money off that. Mario
They're
games sell regardless of how
definitely-
shitty they are. We have
Yeah.
multiple Mario and Sonic the Olympic games. I just want to point that
really.
Christ, no, stop. I forgot. Whatever, man. We're going to the next thing.
Yeah.
So the next thing, it's like minor, also because I don't know a lot about them, but the trailer, I think it was like the day after we recorded last week's
Of
episode.
course.
Yeah, so they came out. ABC's getting a new Marvel show, and I saw the trailer, and I didn't think it was gonna be like this dark, but they're coming out with a Marvel Inhumans trailer.
That's not new.
Well, it's not like,
I mean, the trailer might be new, but they had announced
The
this way
trailer's-
back when.
yeah, the trailer's new. I didn't know
Okay.
that this was a thing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
no,
the
I
trailer
heard
is
about this
new.
a while ago.
It also announced, like, they also showed the cast, right? And like, two people. Well, you guys know at least one of them. It's Ewan Rand. Ewan. I don't know how to say his name. The dude who played the Bastard Bolton in Game of Thrones.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he plays there. And then there's also this other guy, Anson Mount, who, for any of you Hell on Wheels fans, he played Cullen Bohannon.
I mean, all I know
he-
about the show is it's tied to the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show.
Yeah, and basically these guys are pretty much like the X-Men, except that aliens gave them their powers,
Yep.
and that they live on a monarchy. Yeah, they live on a monarchy, like a society that's led by this guy named Black Bolt, and he's
Weird.
supposed to be like the powerful of all of them, and like he can do a bunch of different things with his voice,
Huh.
right? Depending on how he adjusts that, on how much he adjusts his voice.
Weird.
And yeah, that's basically it. Like they're basically mutants, but they evolved very separately from how humans have evolved. Yeah, and the show looks pretty solid. Kind of know, like, you see some shots of Ansem out, Black Bolt, and his brother, who's the bastard Bolton, arguing. Yeah, like they're arguing about stuff, and then the Black Bolt goes to Earth, and they do stuff. So I don't know. I might get into it, even though I don't know much about the Inhumans altogether. They were involved in the recent Civil War, the Civil War II that event that just ended not too long ago in the comic verse. I didn't read that though. I think I only read the first 2 issues of Civil War II, and I was like, this is straight trash. And I threw it in the garbage. Not literally. I didn't literally throw it in the garbage, but I was like, yeah, I'm not going to buy
lightly placed
any
it
more
in
of
the
this.
trash.
Yeah, I will say, though, that this new one, why can't Secret Wars? No, not Secret Wars. Secret Empire. I don't know why everything's got to be a secret to everyone with fucking Marvel, but
Secret.
yeah, like you guys, I think like it was like news all over the place when it showed Captain America saying "Hail Hydra." Yeah, he got like brainwashed and all that shit. So that's basically like the aftermath of that. Like Hydra took over the United States of America.
Nice.
And they're becoming a lot more like, I think it's cool because there's like the one scene, spoiler for anyone trying to read this one, but like at the very end of Civil War II, the very end, like the thing that kills off the entire thing, like Captain America comes in with the rest of Hydra and he like smacks the shit out of everybody, and then he picks up Thor's hammer, and that's how Civil War II ends.
Wow.
Yeah.
Get out.
I'm like, holy fuck!
How
and
are
now
you
Captain
pure of
America.
heart if you're mind controlled?
That's what I'm trying to figure out, because no one knows, not even the captain knows, why he can pick up the hammer.
No, it's
And
okay.
even
His hand is an elevator.
Goddamn. Oh, that solid reference.
I went
solid
so
reference.
deep.
Solid. Oh man, so yeah, Marvel stuff's happening. I'm interested.
Freeman, guess what?
Yeah.
Is it
It's
time?
that time of the podcast. It's time.
It's time for the Weeb shit, which I think is officially known as the Weeb Corner now. But regardless, welcome. Let's talk about the trash of society.
Yeah. Yo, I'm psyched about all of this.
So at Anime Expo, which has been getting bigger and bigger by the year, more and more Japanese studios are coming and saving their major announcements for Anime Expo, which I'm excited about because it means the U.S. gets all this crazy cool anime news during 4th of July weekend every year.
Yeah.
So the first one,
Nothing
which I know
more American than Japanese shit.
Yeah, right? So the first one we're going to talk about, I know Tyler's excited for, is they showed off the trailer for Fooly Cooly 2 and 3, the 2 6-episode follow-ups to the original Fooly Cooly that's being sponsored by, I think Adult Swim is paying for a majority of it.
Adult Swim, yeah. I was surprised to see them on the opening credit there.
Yeah, they've done this once before when Big O was really popular, but this is the first time they've really like funded a Japanese anime. Like they've done stuff like Bring Back Samurai Jack, but this is the first time they've gone to a Japanese studio and said, "Bring back this show. We will pay you because of how profitable it is in the U.S."
I'm just gonna chime in for 5 seconds. I just saw a headline on IGN right before the podcast that said the Assassin's Creed TV show is also an anime.
Yeah, I saw that too, which is
Anyway.
interesting. That's fresh. I wasn't going to talk about that, but there hasn't been a studio or anything announced, so I don't know what the real details
Yeah,
are.
I didn't even read it. I just saw the headline. I'm like, that's
The
actually
problem-
cool because that would work well.
It might end up being like the Devil May Cry anime, where it was just like a really shitty adaptation of the game.
Anyway,
So I won't get my hopes up until we hear about the studio. But so Fooly Cooly 2 and 3, I'm personally not the biggest Fooly Cooly fan. I've seen the first season 2 or 3 times. I own it on Blu-ray. Not the biggest fan, but everyone I know is flipping a shit about this.
Yeah, man.
Tyler,
I thought
it's
it
so
was great.
funny when you messaged the podcast group about this, and you're like, Freeman, did you see this FLCL announcement? It's crazy. And Freeman and me were playing Magic yesterday, and he's like, I don't know how Tyler's going to take it when he finds out that I don't actually really like the show that much.
It's understandable. Not everyone likes everything. It's fine.
You're way more understanding than 99% of people
It's
I've
fine.
told.
Like I can understand. All right, I'll be real. I'm surprised, listeners. I'm surprised y'all really like that shit because it's kind of weird and it really doesn't make a lot of sense. Like I'm into weird shit. Like I'm about it, but I really don't get why most people like it. Honestly, So I kind of get it.
Like, good, you get me.
Yeah, like I
Picking
get
up what
you.
I'm putting down.
Yeah, I mean, like I just like it, like, cause I'm about like the robots and fucking giant monsters coming out of motherfuckers' heads and shit.
Yeah,
like I'm just about it.
Oh no, it's cool. It's got the older, crazy animation style, which coincidentally, was Studio Gynex, who's all over this week's news because they evolved into Studio Trigger. But this is back during the good old days of hand-drawn animation.
Yeah, that's what I really miss.
The one thing I appreciate is I saw the trailer for this, and they very closely replicated their original style. One of the big takeaways about season 2 and 3 of Fooly Cooly is that it doesn't involve the original cast outside of, I'm forgetting her name.
What's her face?
What's her face? The girl on the scooter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the idea is that for each season, she's going to run into a new guy, and essentially it's going to be 6-episode arcs. Essentially, if you want to treat the first season like it was its own story arc. But the animation looks very similar to the way season 1 was. The Pillows are doing the soundtrack again, which everyone is hyped about.
Yeah, I was surprised they pretty much got almost everybody from the first time around.
I don't think they're doing new songs; they're just using their existing songs.
Oh, really?
So it's not an issue of getting new stuff. It's just that it's going to match the tone of the original because the Pillows, they have a pretty consistent sound.
Right.
So yeah, that's
keep
fully
going,
cool.
Freeman. We got 6 bullet points.
Yeah, I know. We got a lot of good ones. So
we got a lot.
The full Death Note live action trailer came out this week, and I was surprised to say
Green Goblin.
I liked
motherfucker.
It.
Yeah.
So they managed to capture kind of the atmosphere of the anime, which I thought was pretty good. I like the way that they kept Ryu kind of hidden in the shadows, because the biggest weakness with the Japanese Death Note movies is that Ryuk looked like shit in CG. So the less they really show you of Ryuk, the better it is, and it keeps him kind of mysterious in the dark. This menacing thing in the shadows with these glowing eyes. That's just the Green Goblin reminding you that there was a firefight. For anyone who gets that,
yeah, Willem Dafoe
that reference.
Yeah.
Anyway, it looks pretty good. My only problem is, and I keep telling my friends, is my problem is with L right now. My issue isn't that he's black, because that's always the first question. My issue is that in the real manga and anime, L is this very weird guy who happens to be a special investigator. Whereas in this live action one, L's a special investigator who happens to be weird. Like in the original, L is just this bizarre ass kid hanging around, squatting when he should be sitting, eating candy 24/7, not sleeping, but he happens to be really good and the police trust him. Whereas in this trailer, it looks like L is like literally just a private investigator who happens to have some of L's weird quirks when he's sitting around.
Oh,
like
shit.
It's a different feel to the character.
I just realized, I'm sorry, because like I saw him in the trailer, but they don't show his face, like his whole face. So I looked up, I was like, who? I wonder who it is.
Oh, did you realize who the actor was?
Yeah, the fucking actor. Fuck off.
No, I only knew about that because one of the podcasts I listened to was talking about it today.
No. The dude who plays L is this guy who played in Get Out.
Oh.
He played a side character in
I
Get
thought you were
Out.
going to say it's the main guy. I'm like, what? No.
No, what the hell? No. No, the main guy's not black, dude. He's white. No. It was a thing for me. You guys didn't see Get Out. All right. Whatever, man. I'm hyped now. I'm even more hyped than I was. Actually, no. I don't know how I feel about this show.
I want to see it because I want to know if it's going to be good or bad.
Yeah, exactly. I want to see if I'm going to be in it or like into it or not. So far, I'm kind of feeling it, but like, it's not really going to prove anything to me until I start watching it.
Yeah.
Super 5-second update. Don't even react to this. The Magic the Gathering online official Tumblr has already responded saying that within 2 hours they're going to have to do a quick shutdown to fix the Hour of Devastation cards issue.
No.
Good lord. Good lord.
But they're not retroactively stealing cards back because they will be legal soon.
Oh, so they're just going to make them just not legal in standard?
No. They're just going to leave them. If you fight it, just keep in mind, you might fight people with Hour of Devastation cards in their decks for the next week and a half.
What the fuck? I feel like this should be like a checklist. Like you could say, these sets are standard legal right now and just uncheck Hour of Devastation.
You'd think. Apparently these changes were supposed to go live on the 10th because that's when pre-release weekend ends. Next Monday. But they went live today when they uploaded the update. So, whatever.
How do you fuck that up, though? I don't know.
It's called bad code.
All right, keep going. I didn't want to get us off track.
So Studio Trigger, who's one of my favorites because they were formerly Team Gainax, they had a lot of announcements this weekend. They're working on 3 new shows. 2 of them in combination with other studios. One called Darling the Frank XXX. Or no, sorry, only 2 X's. It's not that dirty. No clue what that's with, but it's in partners with A1 Productions, who's they're a big studio, so it might be good, might be shitty. They're known for Sword Art Online, so we'll never know. The second one is Gridman, which sounds like it's a superhero samurai Power Ranger style show.
Apparently, it's a reference to an old show or something.
Gridman is part of a franchise.
Wait, what is it called?
Gridman?
Oh, I was thinking of the last show. Never mind, because
No.
my podcast, again, they talked about this today.
So the last one is a new Trigger original code called either Promare or Promare. I don't know what language it's supposed to be in. But this is their next, as they said, Gurren Lagann Kill la Kill style show, which is going to be great. I always love when they go for these zany, cool ideas of their shows. Trigger's known for either doing stuff like Kill la Kill or stuff like Inferno Cop, where it's just straight up retarded. But they showed off the principal artwork for Promare, and it looks like we got this cross between Kamina and Cloud Stripe holding what looks like a great sword that's also a rocket while he stands in front of a destroyed city with this giant robot that looks like a cross between the mass-produced Evas from End of Evangelion and All Might from Hero Academia.
See,
and the whole thing looks insane.
That's my aesthetic.
That's
why I'm going to watch the show.
I don't even need to look at it. I could just tell you that's my aesthetic.
Yeah, that based on the poster alone, you know I'm going to watch that shit.
Yo, this is going to be good. I'm already hyped.
Freeman, I'm gonna rearrange. I'm gonna hop in for 2 seconds for the little news I put in, because that kind of segues from Gurren. So
Jesus,
apparently,
Tim.
No. They were.
I'm kidding.
This was an intentionally misleading bullet point in the show notes. Apparently, there was going to be a Gurren Lagann announcement today, and people were... Freeman, I'm sure you saw on the subreddit.
I already saw the announcement, because this went down like 8 hours ago.
No, I know, but I was checking at work, because I'm like, oh my god, what's the news going to be? This is crazy. Because all the articles were like, is it going to be a second Gurren show, or what? It's like, no. It's just a new Blu-ray.
We had the same shit happen last year. They were celebrating the 9th anniversary for some reason, and they're like, new announcement, and me and my friends were all sitting there like, it's going to be a fucking slot machine in Japan. And of course, it was a slot machine in Japan that featured like 3 minutes of like original footage. So, which you cannot record in there. You got to be playing those games in Japan to see them. So we'll never see that.
Those little spy cameras.
We got to go to Japan and be good at slot machines. That's the thing. Being good at slot machines in order to watch this fucking anime. I had low expectations, and these met my low expectations for this announcement.
I mean, I'll buy the Blu-ray box. I don't even know any details or how much it'll be, but I would love...
It's currently available in the U.S. on Blu-ray. This is just for, like, Japan.
Oh, no. Oh, wait.
It's like $400. Don't bother buying it.
Oh, jeez.
Aniplex of America is terrible. I hate them. I hate everyone who produces and releases anime, in case you guys can't tell.
Well, anyway, you might as well go. You might as well go into the next full point then.
Speaking of hating people who release anime, at Funimation's panel, they announced that Titan Season 3 was going to be releasing spring 2018. Which I heard that announcement, and I'm like, that is horseshit. There's no way that's happening. So,
seems...
the Cyber
Wait. Before you say anything, this is just me guessing because I don't know, but I've heard you guys complain. Is this too fast?
No.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with the speed of the manga.
Okay, then I don't know. That was my guess.
So, from what I've heard, and I heard this with as minimal spoilers as possible, it's just that the next arc is hard to adapt into 12 episodes because it's very long. And if they were to only do 12, it would leave off at a very odd point because it's not a cliffhanger like this arc was, and it's not like a very concrete stopping point, just kind of at a dull moment in the middle of 2 mysteries. So it would be a weird stopping point at 12, which is why everyone said that must be why this season's only 12, because they want to do 24 for the next. But people are reevaluating what the actual production schedule is for the studio that does Titan. And at the moment, it looked like if they were actually going to release the second season of Cabaneri the Iron Fortress next summer, which they said they were going to do, there was not really a time frame for them to do it in the spring. But they adjusted the time frame and said, look, if they say summer, but they actually mean end of summer, which means fall, they would have a 12-week window in which Titan could air. The problem with that is that's only 12 episodes, which is problematic for this gap, as well as no one wants another 12-episode season.
That's a crazy breakdown.
So the problem isn't how fast it's coming out; it's the fact that it'll probably end up being at a really awkward stopping point by the end of the season.
some people are thinking they're pushing for a 12 episodes a year kind of scenario, but there's a lot of concern that it's going to create a season 3 that's not as well received, and that will cause them to back out of producing a season 4.
That all sounds really strange.
That seems silly. I feel like at this point, Titan's so big.
Yeah.
It'd be insane to be like, 3 was marginally worse than 2 in terms of reception. Cancel 4. We're not working on it yet. Like,
dude, you don't know how anime works. Anime is just a publicity tool for selling the manga. And if the anime does not sell well, and it doesn't promote the manga, like if the manga's already popular enough, the anime doesn't bring a lot of more sales. So the anime has to sell well on its own. So there's a huge risk of there not being a new season. That's just the way it is with anime in Japan. They're not convinced they have to finish off a story. They can leave it hanging as long as they made their money.
Like, I understand that, because like I imagine Game of Thrones, right? A lot of people probably picked up the books after they saw like the first season, second season. But like at the same time, I still feel like you're still keeping the core audience, especially if like right now, like I know there's tons of people who started reading the manga.
Yeah, that's a lot of the point of these shows, is to get people to read the source material.
No, but Freeman's saying like you started reading the manga because of season 1 and 2, but season 3 is not going to show that uptick in manga's purchases. So they're going to be like, oh, the anime isn't working. Just stop making it because we'll just focus on the.
No, manga. I understand, but then it's like, well, then you have that other stuff coming up, right? Like I knew that the second season of Game of Thrones wasn't going to be for me. Right, but then I read 3, like I read Storm of Swords, and I was like, holy fuck! Like I can't wait for this next, like these next 2 seasons are gonna be fire. Like if I'm someone who read the story ahead of time and like I knew what was to come, like I'm gonna keep watching it.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that doesn't that would be the only thing that makes sense. Like that I don't like. I'm guessing that happened in the past.
Anime executives.
Yeah, I guess that's not like. Is the trend different? Is the trend different, or like, do I think differently? Maybe I don't know.
It really is like. So if you look at Game of Thrones, HBO does not care about book sales. They don't get funding from the books that says, yes, you can make the next season because we want to advertise the books. HBO owns it on their own. They profit off of Game of Thrones entirely.
That's probably different though. I mean, not every manga just gets an anime in Japan. It has to have some popularity behind it, right?
It does, because the studios don't buy the rights to a show they want to make. It's always the rights owners go and they perform a production committee, which will include a studio that says, we are going to make this show to advertise our product. Let's get everyone in on this, fund it, and set up it like an air date or something.
Because I feel like Game of Thrones was big and then got gigantic because of the show.
When the show came out. Because I never heard of Well, no, Leslie told me about Game of Thrones before the show came out. And I was like, and then all of a sudden the show came out.
I had never heard of it.
Yeah, everybody was fucking reading it. Like, no one outside of Leslie told me about Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Look, literally the same thing happened with Titan. No one was reading the manga in the U.S. until that first season came out with no follow-up.
Yeah, actually,
was like, I gotta know.
I gotta know.
Or even like one of the biggest shows from last year that Luigi and I both love, RE0, left off right before a big cliffhanger. And there's been no announcement of a second season. But then they started selling the books in the U.S. when they previously didn't have an English version, and they are like the best-selling Japanese light novel in the U.S.
Damn.
So their advertising worked, and they're probably going to get a second season because of how well the first season's advertising did.
Hooray.
But if it flops, we risk not having a season 3, which is something that happened with this other series, Spice and Wolf, which is one of Luigi's favorites. Which
I find it so strange. I don't know.
And I was going to use that Spice and Wolf to transition into the last topic.
Yeah, I was going to... Oh, damn it. I was going to say Japan does some weird shit, including...
So we are now on the last week of the anime subreddit's Waifu Wars, where Hollow Luigi's waifu made it to the top 8. All of my waifus have been eliminated.
Oh,
except for the one that everyone on the subreddit loves to hate, Rem from RE0. So for the next 4 days, I will be hate picking against all of the subreddit's top waifus. I'll be very disappointed this week. They have shit tier taste. I hate all of them. But this time next week, we'll know which shit tier waifu the subreddit picked out as their waifu for 2017.
Oh god.
And that's the weeb shit.
Woo. Awesome.
Nice.
Well, I guess we're gonna take our break because man, we've been going for almost an hour.
Yeah, right.
Have we?
It's also gonna be short.
It didn't even feel like that.
Nah, dude, we were chugging along.
All right, well,
But we
we'll
will
see you when we get back.
And we will return with our topic. We will start discussing our best of the console topics.
Yeah.
And we're back. Nice quick break this time. Usually we're gone for way too long. It's just a quick break. So, as I keep mentioning over and over again, we've been kind of struggling for topics lately. And I keep referencing what CinemaSins did for months, where they would talk about the best movies of every year from their birth, from the birth of the oldest member of the podcast, all the way through. That doesn't really matter to us because we haven't seen that many movies. What we have done is played a lot of video games.
Yeah.
So I came up with the idea to do take a few weeks to do best of the console, where every week we'll take a console, and whether or not we've played that console, we'll still try to judge what might be the best game on it. We'll see how it works, because, you know, I've played a lot of PC, I haven't played a lot of older stuff, but between all three of us, we can probably get an idea of what's good and what's not, I'd like to think.
Yeah, we have I would say we have a broad range of tastes.
We have a broad
between the
range
three
of
us.
tastes, yeah, that's very true. And plus, we've all heard lots of things over the years, so
Yeah.
we're going to take a stab at it. So the way this is going to work is we're going to have a literally just a Wikipedia list of all the games released for that console open, and we're just going to scroll through, and anytime anyone sees anything that is worth a comment or a mention, we're going to just chime in and try to have a discussion about some of these games, and at the end, you know, kind of sort of scientifically be like, Tyler, what do you think? Freeman, what do you think? I think blah, and see who wins. So anyway,
That'll be good.
this week we are starting off with our test case. We are going to try out doing this with the GameCube. And much to the shock of my co-hosts, I did not own a GameCube. I played one a few times at other people's houses, but I owned an N64, and that was my last Nintendo console that I purchased for myself, or had for myself. So
GameCube was a solid console. Solid. In fact, so
solid.
solid.
They give it a handle to carry around.
God damn it. I wasn't even going there.
Oh, what were you going with?
I mean, as far as jokes' sake, I mean, it's still technically being played today.
Oh, yeah.
You know, cough, cough, Evo, cough, cough.
Very true.
Super Smash Brothers, cough, cough.
Anyway,
so,
yeah, let's just start working our way through. The first one on the list, we're not naming every game, but I noticed when I opened the Wikipedia page before, 1080 Avalanche is the first one. This isn't in the running, but it's cool because I remember I had the 1080 game for the N64. That game was a lot of fun. I actually had some decent fun with a snowboarding game. I always liked snow sports. There was I can't remember what it was on, but on PS1 there was a snowmobile game that I played a bunch of that had really good music.
I know the one you're talking about. That game is awesome.
It had one track that was really good.
Is
on
it
one
Arctic
map.
Thunder?
No.
Or was that just the
That's an arcade one, right?
That's just the arcade one, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't remember
Which
what
is
it
also
was,
fun.
but I had it on my PlayStation 1 that I was given, so I just always thought snowboarding was kind of cool because it's a lot less deadly than doing things on the street.
You know what? I want to know why it's not first here. I'm going to try and find it. But why isn't 007 the first, like one of the
Because
first
the game
games?
is James Bond 007.
James, but get the fuck out of here.
It actually is. There's 3 of them. I just
oh
typed
my
it in.
god.
So you gotta wait,
Okay.
Tyler.
Maybe because I remember it differently.
Because
of
the
the
007
box.
is massive on the artwork.
Yeah, because the box. That's why.
Is
Man,
this
that
where-
game was great.
Is this where Animal Crossing started? Because
Yes,
Yes.
this
That's a
was
big
the
deal.
first Animal Crossing. I was going to bring this up because Luigi and I are big fans of the franchise, but this was the first game in the series. This was one of the few ones before they decided that mobile was a better, or not mobile, but the DS was a better platform for Animal Crossing.
very correctly.
This is where it all started. It was very simple. You didn't have the crazy house upgrades. You had very limited, like it still had the fishing mechanics. It had bug collecting, but you didn't have crazy variety. I think in the first game there were like 2 fishes you could find. So it's less about collection and more just about this simple, repeatable, relaxing game experience. I've never been stressed out playing Animal Crossing.
I've never played Animal Crossing.
Look, their move to DS was the best thing they could have done. It's a really fun game to pick up, play for like a half hour and then put down and play tomorrow for a half hour. It's the same reason Luigi's been playing it for like 8 years now.
I'm trying to be stressed while playing games, though. I'm trying to be sweaty, all right?
So I use Animal Crossing.
I need the sweat
to de-sweat myself.
I can't, man. I need to be sweaty all the time when I'm playing games.
Oh
It's
my
weird.
God.
I don't understand
Keep yourself
why.
on edge. No, I
Yeah,
feel you want to play something exciting. You don't want to be bored. But Animal Crossing isn't boring. It's relaxing.
Right. No, I imagine.
Plus, if you got that collector thing where you just gotta have everything, Animal Crossing is the game to play. It's like fun collecting stuff.
Another one I'm noticing. This is just funny. Aquaman: Battle for Atlantis.
Oh, Jesus.
I remember seeing the AVGN episode about this game. Just that game seems atrocious.
I played one
Or
of the
no,
Army
not
Men RTS
AVGN.
games.
No, JonTron.
JonTron did an Aquaman video? Or just had this game in one of his videos?
No, he did a whole video on this game, Aquaman.
Oh shit, I gotta watch that. I haven't watched it yet.
No, I only want to go through exclusives, though. I don't want to...
What? Okay,
you don't want to play
fine.
ATV Quad Pro Racing 2?
No. Fine. That's fair.
No.
That's fair. We'll talk
I feel
about
like,
exclusives.
because I saw Bad Boys, I'm like, man, this game sucked so much, but I liked it.
No, you know what?
Just like the movie.
That's. I mean, it is. Let's see. Let's pull up a list. I'm gonna pull up a list.
Bane Kaitos was solid.
Well, no,
Solid
on the
game.
list we're looking at right now, there's the green
no.
for GameCube exclusive.
Yeah.
No, I know, but there's a link where you just have the exclusives. You don't have to go by what the little colored box says. I'll send it to you guys. You could just have the list easy.
Easy.
It's a lot easier than trying to do it where you just look at the color.
Hey man, I don't mind.
Hold on, back up. This list can't be real.
What list?
Because it already doesn't have Animal Crossing on it.
That's true too. Damn it!
Yeah, see, we're going
Back to the colors. Ugh.
How does it not have Animal
I
Crossing?
don't know. Don't blame me.
That's
It's
like
Wikipedia,
one of the
dude.
major titles. You messed up.
Did I mess up? Did I mess up, Tyler? Tyler, you're off the podcast. Get out of here.
Get out of here. Go on, get out of here. This is my fourth. Get out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here. Tyler, would you like to tell the public what we're referencing?
Oh God, freaking Accounting VR. If you haven't seen it, it's by let's say something Roiland. Is it Justin Roiland? Yeah, who one of the creators of Rick and Morty made a VR game. You guys should check it out. It's just funny, man. It's accounting with VR.
Wait, did the Rick and Morty season 3 trailer come out this week?
Yes.
Rick and Morty season 3, June.
Yeah,
July
Pickle
30th.
Rick. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Pickle Rick.
Dub.
I'm Pickle Rick.
Wow, how do we not include that in news?
Yeah, we
Too
didn't have
late.
that in the news.
Too late.
Because we're bad. Yeah. All right. Well,
Yeah.
we mentioned it, so there we go.
Too late, we suck.
Bait and Kaitos.
You guys handle it. I have to walk away
but-
for an important phone call.
But this game always
no.
looked super
I'll be
cool.
right back.
Oh, Bait and Kaitos.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't
it?
play it too often, but it was alright.
You know what? I might just play this game then, because I can emulate this.
Yeah, try it on that Dolphin. I mean,
Yeah.
on a Nintendo GameCube.
I mean, I
Or
missed
was it?
all
No,
that.
it was officially called the GameCube Nintendo.
Oh,
That is what it was officially
GCN.
called. The GCN.
Yeah, I never understood that.
Yeah, I don't. Which is weird because all the other games, right, are all the other consoles minus the Super Nintendo because Super
Well,
in
they
its
all
name.
had Nintendo in the name.
Yeah, even
Hold on,
now.
But like, you look at a GameCube, it says in this order Nintendo GameCube.
Yeah. Yeah, but officially on paper it says GameCube Nintendo. It's strange. Very strange. Let's keep going down.
Yeah.
None of these are hitting me.
Hold on. Is this what game I'm thinking? Battalion Wars. This game was cool. My brother played this game. It was. This is part of a dying breed of console RTSs. This one had. I'm trying to remember this one.
Is this
We're
Battalion
on
Wars?
Battalion Wars.
Yeah,
we're on
Battalion
Battalion
Wars. This game was cool. I want to replay this. I have this downstairs.
I saw this photo and I always thought about it, but I was like, on the console though.
On the con.
I know it's in that weird stage of console RTSs, which usually are terrible. But the fact that this one was very focused on one unit at a time. It was RTS-ish.
Yeah.
So it
Was it
played well.
was it like the Grid RTS kind of deal? like Advanced Wars was.
Yeah, that's what I always thought of.
Because, man, I loved the shit out of Advanced Wars. That was fun.
I loved sucking terribly at Advanced Wars.
Yeah, it's a fun game, but I can't win to save my life.
Advanced Wars is... Dude, oh my god, the second Advanced Wars game, Black Hole, Black Hole Rising, I made it one time to the Green Army Island, and I got like 2 missions in, and I'm like, fuck it, I can't beat any of these missions. They're all so hard.
I can't.
Dude,
you can play regular ass RTS games, but grid based RTS, nah, can't do it.
I mean, I suck at regular RTSs too, but man, Advanced Wars was tough.
Yeah.
I remember I beat in the Black Hole Rising. I beat the whole first island. I beat every mission. Then I went from Red Army to Blue, and I barely beat the minimal number of missions required for Blue. And then Green, I was like, I can't. Fuck it, I'm done.
Fucking shit.
I unlocked like 1 mission on Black Hole Island and couldn't beat it.
Damn.
Anyway, let's get past Battalion Wars.
Beyond Good and Evil. Just kidding. It's not an exclusive.
Nah, we got Beach Spikers, the competitor to Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball.
Do you even know what these are? We don't have to name every game, Friedman.
Oh no, I played Beach Spikers. It was a
you
fun
did?
volleyball.
I actually played Beach Spikers.
I didn't own it, but I played it. It was a fun volleyball game.
I give up.
I
give up. Yo, all right, you know what? Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg. I actually like that game.
That game was cool.
Game was cool, except if I were to play it now,
you'd probably hate it.
Yeah, yeah, that game doesn't really age well, and
no.
Also, it's not like Crash Bandicoot where I can go back to it and be like, holy shit, this game is great.
That was cool. That was back when Sonic Team used to take risks on their games and not just make.
Well, time to cater to the Sonic. Yeah, right. Time to cater to the Sonic fanboys. Got to go fast.
Yo, I know what next week's topic is.
Freeman, what's Bleach?
All right, so this one didn't come out in the U.S., but listeners, if there's one good thing about the Bleach franchise, is that the fighting games are dope. I highly recommend all the DS ones. They're super easy to emulate.
Is this a fighting game?
Did you play this?
No, this one never came out in the U.S. This is before
a fighting game?
Yeah, it is. Bleach has never had like a plot game like Naruto has. These have always been like 2D fighters.
Huh.
Except for one that came out for Wii. But that was really bad. Don't play that one.
Just don't do it.
The 2D fighters have been very good for
Apparently only the second Bleach game out of 3 came out in the US.
Yeah, I remember
on
a couple.
Nintendo console.
Yeah, there were a couple of Bleach games that did come out.
Wow, actually I lied. It seems like no, wait. There's
a bunch of the handheld
one.
ones came out.
That one came out. One on the PS3 came out outside, and then on Android and iOS, a phone game.
Yeah, that one's okay.
Oh,
So
yeah.
only on consoles. One came out on a Nintendo console, and one came out on PS3. And those are the only. I lied. On DS, there's a bunch.
The DS ones are good.
Screw
I highly
it.
recommend those.
Screw it. Let's keep going. Bleach.
Fuck, just watch Bleach.
We'll do it live.
Boba 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 bo. I don't know
No,
what this is.
we're not stopping there with this.
Dasutsu Hajiki Royale.
No, wait, there was I forgot that existed. The Dance
Only
Dance
in Japan.
Revolution Mario mix.
Wait, you're skipping.
Oh, you're scrolling.
What
you're
are you
going way too
doing?
far
You
now.
skipped over
What do you
Bomberman
mean?
Generation.
I don't care about Bomberman Generation.
I don't know
Okay.
anything about it, but hey, it's
Captain
Bomberman.
Tsubasa Ogon Sendai no Chosen.
Stop! Oh man, I'm about I'm about to take off the headset and just go do something else.
Custom
Majesco
Robo. Wait.
No, let's take a look at let's go Bomberman Generation.
Wait,
Right?
no. What's
Majesco.
Custom Robo? Well, I've never heard of this.
What?
Wait, you never played Custom Robo?
I didn't have a GameCube.
Oh my god, you're missing out.
Is Custom Robo good?
It's
Oh,
like
wait.
You're such a liar.
Yeah, Custom Robo. Custom Robo was good.
Custom Robo is good.
I like.
Are you guys
Custom
being
Robo.
serious? I can't tell if you guys
No,
are.
I'm being serious.
No, it's
Okay.
actually cool. Like, have you ever
It's
played?
good. It's cool. You got to customize like your robot suits and shit.
Have you ever played any like the what are they called? Like any of the Gundam battle games? It feels like that, but you have a higher degree of customization.
Yo, Gundam Battle Assault 2 was the only game I bought for my PS1.
See, well there you go.
Now you understand.
Now you get it, man.
I'll
Now you
kill
get it.
you.
Yeah, Custom Robo was solid. I don't think it was anywhere close to like my top 5 though on the GameCube.
No, I played. I think the DS version. It was very limited.
There was a
If you're gonna
DS
play one,
version?
play the. They come out with one for Wii, or was it GameCube, and that was it?
Sorry,
For Custom Robo?
I'm just
yeah,
remembering.
The one I remembered was for GameCube.
I'm just remembering in Battle Assault 2, I kept playing as Wing Zero because that was the only Gundam series I cared about. And then you would do the ultimate attack, and Hero would just be like, "I'll kill you," and you'd sound so bored doing it. Sorry. Anyway.
Yeah, the last two were GameCube and DS. The DS one was okay. I definitely recommend the GameCube one if you're gonna play one.
Yeah, the GameCube was pretty good.
Oh, but then you got Chibi Robo. I always wanted to play this. This is one that Nintendo pushed super hard, but I've literally never heard anyone talk about it. But it's one of those cool, kind of like the Katamari style games where it's this weird Japanese gameplay that they find interesting. They just kind of like, yeah, fuck it, bring it over to the US. Maybe someone will like it.
Wait, I might be able to talk about a Katamari game because
I never heard of it. Really?
Chibi Robo?
I never heard of. I didn't hear of it until they came out with the 3DS one.
So back during the GameCube era, I was the biggest Nintendo fanboy possible. I was subscribed to Nintendo Power Magazine.
Yeah.
And they were pushing this game super hard. So despite not playing it, I vividly remember seeing this game.
I fell off though, like right after around almost when the GameCube first came out, that's when I stopped getting it though. I was still an avid Nintendo buyer, but I stopped subscribing to Nintendo Power.
The second Brawl disappointed me. I went out and bought a PS3 and started playing the Final Fantasy series. So that was the turning point for me as a Nintendo fanboy.
Where are we at? No, we're not talking about Dance Dance Revolution Mario.
We're talking about Dance Dance Revolution Mario Mix because it was bad.
It was, man, maybe that's why.
I don't know
maybe
what the
that's
hell
why I
is
never heard
another
of it.
DDR. This was just a bad DDR.
Wait a second. Disney Sports produced by Konami.
Oh no.
A lot of them. All right, skipping those over.
Hold on.
Whoa.
Games
We
look like
piqued his interest.
this is like Space Jam for Disney. This looks great.
Space Jam for Disney.
Oh yeah, the Disney
cover
Sports
for the
Yeah, look at the
basketball.
cover for Disney Sports Basketball. It's like Mickey trying to do a layup on fucking
All right.
Pete.
That actually looks kind of decent.
That looks so stupid.
But we're not gonna talk about. Instead, we're gonna talk about Donkey Konga because that game was great.
Oh my god, this is the one that has like the conga. Sorry,
The bongo
drum
drums. Hell
The
yeah.
conga.
Hell yeah, dude! I love this game. Except the bongo drums will not surpass 2 years of life.
No, those
they
don't.
start to
Those
go.
are not very good.
Dude, it's like those GameCube
Yeah.
controllers with that defects for Smash.
Except
You can't play it in 5 years.
yeah, except the bongo drums actually it won't help you become a pro Smash player. Instead, it'll just make you cry.
You can't be pro at Donkey Konga 3 with these
Yeah, you
controllers.
can't get pro at Donkey Konga, unfortunately. But I like that game though. I think this kind of earns a mention because this is very different for music games at the time, and they're kind of branching out into other stuff. I'm not gonna mention DDR Mario Mix here, but I think they did a good job with Donkey Konga. Also, their song selection was really good too.
I do like when Nintendo plays around with different inputs for their games. I was a huge fan of Hey You Pikachu on N64 because it was the first time it had a microphone.
It was so ambitious, and I wanted to like it so much.
In retrospect, the game was weird.
Freeman, the only place I played that, remember your friend Joe at his
house.
house.
Joey T. Yeah.
At his house, I watched him play that and tried to avoid his dog that scared me when I was that young.
Oh, dude, his dog was huge. It scared me too. Don't worry, we're in the same party here. But yeah, I love that Nintendo was willing to play around with controller types, especially just releasing. Let's make a bongo controller. Why not? Fuck it.
Well,
yeah,
no, you can trace the bongo to the Wii. There you go.
The only problem I have with this is this kind of marks the end of the Donkey Kong platformer era. You had Donkey Kong 64, and I think that was the last platformer until the end of the Wii's lifetime, where they had a couple 2D.
How did this mark the end? Because
they were this is what the
GameCube.
Donkey Kong franchise is now.
Oh, it's
and
just
all
dumb.
they did was Donkey Konga games for 3 years.
Well, there is 1, 2, and 3, so.
Yeah.
I forgot there was
Jungle
even a
Beat.
3. I thought 3.
3 didn't come out in the US.
Yeah.
I see it now.
See that little chip.
Yeah, I see it now. I see it. That's bullshit.
I don't recognize any of these other things until you get to Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem.
There are so many anime games in this list that never
I
made
didn't
it to
like
the
that
US.
game. I own that game.
You didn't like
I
it?
currently own that game, this girl I was seeing a while back. I think I might have told you about it. She gave me like all these games that her brother didn't want.
Is this the game that fucks with you?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, this game was great.
I didn't like it. I didn't like this game at all. I didn't
So
like it because the controls were god awful.
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
I've seen two sides of this. So the I don't know if you guys know the Happy Video Game Nerd. He's not called that anymore.
No.
Okay, so this guy Derek Alexander started a joke show called the Happy Video Game Nerd, where it was just a spoof on the AVGN, but then it kind of turned into its own thing, and he actually got serious about it. And now he changed his name to him and his girlfriend run a channel called Stop Skeletons from Fighting. It's really funny. But he did a video where he said this game has cool ideas, but the controls, like Tyler's saying, are trash. Or Freeman, you said that. I don't know.
No, Tyler said that. I
Tyler
agree
said
with him. The controls are really shitty, but it's kind of a problem of the GameCube era. A lot of games had bad controls.
But he was like, this game has such cool ideas, but I hate playing it because I don't understand how to deal with certain things, and magic is busted. And then the guys who do Two Best Friends Play, because I watched them too, did a Let's Play of the game, and they were like, in his video, he's so wrong because this is how magic works. It's easy. And then Derek put out a video follow-up after their Let's Play being like, people have been saying I was doing it wrong, and I tried it that way, and the game still sucks. So I've seen both of these sides where it's like, and I watched the Let's Play. It looks like a really cool game, but I can understand how there's a lot of garbage there. It just seems like one of those high-concept games, like almost David Cage-ian.
Yep.
Yo, now that you mention it, yeah. Yeah, this does kind of feel like a David Cage kind of game, which is weird. Because, as you will recall, I do like Heavy Rain, and I do like Indigo Prophecy, aka Fahrenheit. But man, something about Eternal Darkness, I wasn't feeling it.
Pulled in by it.
Yeah, and it's weird because like I really enjoy horror games. I really love like that kind of atmosphere. Like I just got done playing through Outlast 2 not too long ago, and like I like stuff like that really messes with you. But I guess the way, and this is an unpopular opinion, of course, but like the way it messes with you, like it doesn't sit right with me. It didn't give me that kind of anxiety. I felt more annoyed than anything. Than like, oh, this is spoopy. Yeah,
that's a line that can be messed up.
So yeah, that's how I feel about Eternal Darkness, though.
No, but I mean, it's not going to win, but it seemed like it had a lot of cool ideas. I know the guy who did it tried to do a Kickstarter for another game, or like tried to buy the rights recently, and I think it flopped or something because he marketed it terribly. Pretty sure he was trying to make a sequel finally, and I don't even remember.
Silicon Knights. What the fuck is?
Remember, these were the guys who made Two Human, that shitty game on the original Xbox. I played a demo of this.
They also did the GameCube version of Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, these guys, Silicon Knights, made their own. Whenever they made their own games, they had really interesting. They were supposed to be really interesting ideas, but they turned out really terrible. Two Human is basically what killed their studio.
That was because of legal reasons. They fucked themselves.
Well, yeah, that too. But anyway, that's not what we're talking about.
That isn't.
We were talking about Eternal Darkness, and we're not anymore. But we can talk about F-Zero.
Oh,
man.
I
was about to say F-Zero GX.
F-Zero.
One of my favorite racing games of all time, hands down.
So this game got that like high-tech speed aesthetic. If anyone's played, I'm forgetting the name of the franchise. Sony had their own ripoff of F-Zero that they've released way more games for than Nintendo has in the last 5 years, or 10 years. But I love this like hover speed racing future aesthetic, and I wish they'd put out another F-Zero game.
I don't know why. Why haven't they? Like, I haven't heard of any of another like F-Zero
one of those
game.
things where it's like, why are you doing this, Nintendo?
It's so fucked because like GX was so good. Everything about it was the controls, how fast you go.
About having two different racing franchises. They don't want it to compete with Mario Kart. But like they can have similar genre games. Like notice
they're also not that similar. I mean, it's like arcade versus serious, except in this case it's Mario Kart for parties. F-Zero is for I'm gonna go fast as hell, and this is hair trigger reactions I have to have to even try
for when you're
to
trying
win.
to go real fast.
Dude, I gotta get real sweaty and go real fast. I gotta play some F-Zero.
See, this is what I'm trying to talk about. I'm trying to be sweaty. I'm trying to play F-Zero GX, dude.
But that's the thing.
Nintendo, I like how this has turned into a group meme. Like you just saying that one time while we're playing fucking trains. Guys, I'm getting real sweaty here. Oh, now it's a thing.
Sweaty. Yeah, Leslie started it though.
Yeah, that's true.
It's every
Leslie
time I have it.
started.
Oh, too sweaty.
Too sweaty. It's too spicy. Oh my god. Okay, but that's F-Zero GX. I just want another one.
Yeah,
it's definitely one of my top racing games.
I feel like they announced something about F-Zero recently. I don't remember if I made this up or not.
I feel like if we need to go deeper on voting, this is one of those games that might show up.
Yeah,
like if we turn into a top 5.
Well, I'll tell you right now, I don't think it's on my top 5, but it should be.
Wait, really? Wow.
Yeah, I'm like super.
I mean, for
like,
GameCube, right?
Yeah, for GameCube.
Okay.
For GameCube. Oh, you're talking about overall?
No. I was talking about GameCube.
Oh yeah, no. This is just for GameCube. Yeah, there are just other games on the GameCube that we haven't hit yet that just made me go like when I was a kid.
That's true.
Yeah.
Anything
Actually, no. I think F-Zero GX is up there though.
It's not. I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys both know what it's going to be, but Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, anything?
No, I never played it.
I didn't play it because it wasn't a numbered version. Final Fantasy has this bad habit of when you're not a numbered version, you suck. Crystal Chronicles.
Hey man.
No, I'm gonna defend Crystal Chronicles.
You can't be talking shit about Tactics, dude. It was great.
Tactics is a different breed. Tactics is a good tactical RPG, but with Crystal Chronicles, it was pretty good in terms of gameplay. It was great. It was probably one of the better RPGs that GameCube had, but the story wasn't all there. Kind of.
Yeah, I never played it. You. This would be my kind of my first.
Yeah, no, I played like half of it, and then I had to return the game to Blockbuster because that was a thing when this game.
Or for us, Friedman, Easy Video.
Oh man, that brings me back.
Tyler, you remember?
Video store.
You know where the CVS is? Near that Haagen-Dazs and stuff?
Yeah,
all the way down on the other end from where that Panera is now, there used to be a little tiny video and super small selection of video game rental place called Easy Video, where that Taekwondo place is now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was terrible, but it was within walking distance.
It had a unique smell to it. Like that's the thing.
You're not even wrong. I wasn't gonna say it, but it's totally true. It had
if you were to
smell.
keep a bunch of VHSs in a room for 20 years, it would eventually smell like this video store.
Good lord.
Fire Emblem? Anyone a Fire Emblem guy here?
I'm upset. I'm upset. Not at Fire Emblem, but I'm upset because it took me until Awakening to play a Fire Emblem game, and when I see Fire Emblem Path of Radiance or like anything like on the Game Boy Advance, it makes me upset that I never played those games.
The worst part is Path of Radiance. It got so popular, but it didn't sell well at the start because not too many people were into Fire Emblem. That it is now like impossible to find a physical copy of this thing for under $100.
Makes sense.
This thing is like a collector's
item now. It got so popular,
Yeah.
Like some of those other hidden gems, like Eternal Darkness, right? Like you won't find that game for under like $40-$50. I wish I played Fire Emblem.
I'm opening all these random titles that start with G to see if I recognize any of them.
I was just gonna say I skipped through all the G's.
Geist was weird. Geist was like, I don't know. I didn't like it, and it was just a strange game. It's almost like
looks weird. My God.
Yeah, it's a strange dude. You play as like this
Geist?
ghost. Yes. But you possess like the weirdest shit. Like you can possess a shower at some point, obviously, for the pervy kid inside of you.
It's got relatively average review scores.
Yeah, it wasn't that good.
Okay.
It wasn't good.
Just checking. Harvest Moon, anything? No.
I never liked Harvest Moon.
One Harvest Moon the only Harvest Moon that's actually an exclusive was only in Japan, so forget it.
Yeah, no, I played the N64 one?
Oh, sorry, Tyler. All those James Bond games are.
Wait, hold on. Wait a second.
That's right. They were released for PlayStation as well.
Yeah, they were.
No, Agent Under Fire was not.
Yes, it was.
Agent Under Fire was an exclusive game.
It wasn't. I don't think
Hold
so.
on.
Maybe it was exclusive when it came out.
I knew
it.
I knew it. Yeah, I played this on PlayStation 2.
Dude, it came out on PS2 before it came out on GameCube.
What? No way. Because you know why? Because oh my god. Because I own a copy of the game and it said only for GameCube.
Yeah,
I
that
swear to
disc
God.
was
Probably
only for
meant-
GameCube.
No, not even. No, I'm telling you.
Tyler, what do you
I'm
want?
not.
Tyler, I remember this. Freeman, you remember Nick?
Yeah.
Holy
I
shit.
haven't spoken to him in years and years and years, but I kind of used him when we were kids, and that was what I did. I used him to play his PlayStation 2
Damn. Savage.
for a little
Yeah,
while.
One,
and then
one
we
of
were
our other
friends,
buddies
but-
who lives near us, Jake, he
Yeah.
on his GameCube, so he'd just bring Nightfire over to my house, and we
Yep.
play on that one snow level.
Yep.
Oh my god,
I remember
love
playing
that
Agent
level.
Under Fire. All right. So Tyler's wrong. No James Bond exclusive game.
Dude, hold on. I'm still like.
Tyler, what do you want? That's not an
I
exclusive.
don't know, man. Like, it was just little me retarded. Like, I don't.
No, it probably
Fuck it,
said
we're
it.
gonna
in-
keep
You're just misremembering.
Tyler, it could have just been a sticker that some GameStop moron had thrown on. And they didn't know.
No, because I got it from Best Buy.
Then what do you?
I'm surprised you remember this.
Yeah, man. I don't know why I remember that. We're gonna keep going though. Kirby
Yeah.
Air Ride. was a
Yo,
good
Kirby Air Ride is an underestimated gem. But hold on, real quick, back to Age on Fire. It may have been because it had the player's choice marker on it. Is why
No,
you
it
think
did not. I bought it.
All right,
like,
forget it.
day
This is
one.
not.
Anyway.
Tyler's
we're gonna
just-
keep
fine,
Tyler's
going.
having a
Fine, we'll go to
stroke.
Kirby's Air Ride because I
Fine.
want to talk about this game because I love this game. So everyone gave Kirby's Air Ride shit because it wasn't as good as Mario Kart in terms of a racing game, but that was not why you had to play Kirby's Air Ride. So they had this mode in it called City Trial. the idea was
Yes.
you had 10
That's
minutes-
the only reason.
You had 10 minutes where you're in this big city map and you could find other vehicles, you can get upgrades. There was like events and shit. Like there'd be a meteor that hits the map that could just like one shot a player if you're not paying attention to where you are. Like this was
Only reason
fun.
we
It was
played this
random.
game.
Every round was different, and then at the end of the like build your vehicle segment, there would be a randomly selected mini game. So depending on how you built your vehicle, you may be better equipped for this mini game or not. And it was like it only took like maybe 12 minutes to finish a round, but you immediately wanted to play another. This was an addicting game, and I fucking love Kirby's Air Ride.
Yeah, Kirby Air Ride was fun. I think that's one of the only modes I ever me and my friends ever really played on Kirby Air Ride.
I only did the other modes just to unlock the vehicles in the first place, and then it's just straight into City Trial.
Yeah, that's basically what all you do.
Yep.
All these
It's like a
caves.
Mahjong game. What the hell?
All right, we're getting down to where I want to go.
There's a few Zelda things here.
A few of them, yeah. No, there's only like
Legend of
a
Golf.
couple. There's only one. Technically, there's only one, and that's Wind Waker. We're not gonna look at the Four Swords. No one really gives two shits.
Wasn't
about the
Four Swords on?
It was on Advance too.
Yeah, I
It was
gonna
like
say,
it was
why-
a crossover between GameCube and Advance because it featured the Game Boy Advance connector.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's why it's
Yeah.
weird that it says it's exclusive on here.
Yeah,
Well-
but man, like now we're actually we've hit one of the top 5, Wind Waker. In fact, this is my. Yeah,
Is
I'm
it
gonna
your
say it. I'm gonna say it on the record that Wind Waker is my favorite Legend of Zelda game.
Whoa,
Yes, out of all of them,
that's
Is it
heavy.
because of the gameplay or is it because of the aesthetic?
the gameplay. Actually, it's both. The art
The
style.
combination.
So when I first saw Wind Waker, I'm like, why would I play this? Because I was a kid, right? I was like, man, why am I gonna play this baby shit? And then in high school, I decided, I'm like, you know what? Like, I forget which game I
I
played.
feel like this is how everyone treated Wind Waker.
It is though. And like, you talk to most people, even today, like they undercut it. Like they completely write it off as being like a kid's game. Like, no, it was good. Like the combat, man, it's so smooth. Like the sword, like the combat, and the way you swing the sword, and like the way you parry. It's just, I feel like it's better than. Actually, I think it's probably like one of the best out of all the combats that they've had with their Z targeting. Right? I mean, I don't know if they called it something different in that game because it's not like you're not using the Z button anymore technically.
Oh, that comes from how they named it for N64?
Yes, yeah, they
Okay.
called it Z targeting. That was like their thing, their mechanic, and then and the way they kind of did it in this game, nothing was really getting cut off. The animation was very fluid in the way Link attacked and the way he parried and like the way the animations went for the enemies too. It was just all really great. It seemed like a really grand adventure. And I think the combat actually, that's where it kind of sat for me. Like, that was the deal breaker compared to the rest of the Legend of Zelda games I've played, like past and future from Wind Waker. like just that combat, it was just so fluid. Like I had fun just playing almost everything in it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why I think Wind Waker's definitely on my top 5 there.
Do we want to count Twilight Princess here, or
Twilight Princess is not an exclusive technically?
I know. But...
So here's the thing: it's a GameCube game that happened to get ported to Wii. That's the thing that no one accepts. That this was really designed as a GameCube game.
So then it should be talked as a GameCube game.
It technically is, even though it was like the selling point of the Wii when it came out.
I know, but if it was developed as a GameCube game, I feel like GameCube.
Because especially when all they did was just flip the map around.
Holy shit!
They flipped everything
left hand,
around.
Right hand.
Yeah, that's when they flipped literally everything. Which was an interesting move.
Because Link's a lefty, right?
Yes, Link is left-handed.
They flipped everything so you could play righty with the Wiimote. Oh,
but here's the thing: you could play Wiimote lefty. There's nothing stopping you from doing that.
Except people don't want to do
predominantly. Yeah, it messes you up.
Yo, what about the lefties though?
Yeah, right. I mean, like, because if you think about it,
which way should the world face, lefty or right?
I always wish there was kind of, even though I'm not a lefty, I always wish there was kind of like, even for first-person shooters, because in third-person shooters, a majority of them, right, you can switch to left-handed, and they switch their shoulders.
You know what pisses me off like crazy? So this is a tangent, super quick. I've been Let's Playing Alan Wake.
Mm-hmm.
In that game, it starts off over his left shoulder, and you can toggle it to the right, which is fine. But anytime there's a loading screen, or at some points, if the camera just gets stuck on something, if it drifts too far to the left, it just snaps back to the left.
Huh.
It is infuriating, because I'll click, and then I'll go around a corner, and the camera like brushed the corner, and it pushed it over to the left, and then the camera just settles back on the left.
Huh, I never really noticed that.
It's very annoying.
I bet if I played it back then, that's something I might have griped about.
Anyway, so Twilight Princess, is it good?
Twilight Princess, I liked it. There were some parts that I didn't like, and like a friend of mine, I remember I was talking about this with him and a few other people. Like compared to like Twilight Princess was good, but compared to all the other games, it's like, well, what do you really remember from it?
Yeah, I remember not liking it. That's all I remember.
Yeah, like because there's stuff I didn't like. Like there was stuff I did like about it. Like the final Ganon fight was fun. Like I thought the ice level was kind of cool too. Like the stuff you could do in the ice world, like the dungeon. I thought that was kind of cool. And sprawling across the Hylian fields again was also a lot of fun.
I just gotta say one thing about Twilight Princess.
Uh-huh.
A lot of people were criticizing the PS2 game Okami for being too similar to Zelda in terms of gameplay. So then Legend of Zelda fires back and they copy the whole being a wolf mechanic for their next game, just to like rub salt in the wound.
Yeah.
Even though I don't think that was my other issue. Like I had no problem story-wise for Link becoming a wolf, but in terms of the combat with the wolf, I didn't like it at all.
Yeah, no, it was kind of shitty.
It really killed the entire immersion for me. Like in other games, right? You use you typically use like an instrument, like a musical instrument, at least for like some of the newer ones, and it's supposed to really be integral with your gameplay and how Link did certain things, and like they were trying to do it with the wolf, and for me, it didn't really hit me that well. Like it was really like those wolf parts that weren't good to me. Yeah, I just wasn't into it. So yeah, Twilight Princess. It was aight.
Hooray!
All right,
we ain't gonna talk about that monstrosity that came after that.
Oh.
Yeah.
What was that one?
Skyward Sword.
Skyward Sword.
Oh
that
yeah,
one.
yeah, no.
Yeah, Skyward Sword, the game that they basically cut and paste.
No,
they took the beginning of the game.
No, we're not talking
we're
about
not going into it.
Yeah,
we're
going to talk about Luigi's Mansion.
Yep.
Hell yeah! Another one on my top 5.
I'm sure, was Luigi's Mansion a launch title?
Yes, it was.
Dude, for a launch... All right, so GameCube had actually a lot of really good launch titles between this and like, Smash Bros. These were all
launch
good
titles.
games, especially for the first ones of the console.
The first 4 games that came out, what did we have? We had Pikmin, Luigi's Mansion, Super Smash Bros. Melee, and NBA 2K.
Pikmin was a launch title?
Yes, it was. Pikmin was a launch title. Oh, yeah,
clack, clack.
Look, he's looking it up. That clack, oh, shit. It was a launch
No.
title, man. Yeah, it was.
In the U.S., it wasn't.
Luigi's
it was.
Mansion.
Fine, we'll get to Pikmin.
Yeah, you guys
We
are gonna
can't.
get to Pikmin when you get to.
Oh,
Pikmin.
we got a whole block of Mario Party to talk about first.
Get the hell out of here.
Yeah,
No,
Pikmin
look,
wasn't a launch
Luigi's
title. Anyway,
Mansion, right?
so anyway, Luigi's Mansion was good. I enjoyed it. I played a little bit of the 3DS remake, and honestly, it almost didn't need it. Like, the GameCube version still holds up well. I'm going to say the same thing about Luigi's Mansion I say about Super Mario Sunshine. It just needs an HD remaster on a console. Like, the gameplay holds up. It just needs to look a little prettier when you blow it up onto a 1080p screen.
I'm sure there's a few ways to clean it up a little.
There probably are. I just want the official one.
No, that's fair.
Man, I missed that game. I played Dark Moon for the 3DS, and it was okay. But I've been jonesing for a Luigi's Mansion, like a real one. Like when the Wii came out, and I was like, okay, now they have a way to point the flashlight and all that shit.
Yeah.
When are we gonna get like a Luigi's Mansion game? Never came out. Missed opportunities.
Yep.
Yeah, Nintendo has a bad habit of not like re-releasing games for consoles where the controls make sense, like the flashlight for the Wii, or like Pokemon Snap for the Wii U or the 3DS, where you have a camera and second screen.
No, they can still do that. They can still do that with the Switch.
They can, 100%.
They could if they wanted to,
won't.
but you know what? They're not.
They won't.
Yeah, they won't.
They won't.
Missed opportunities.
Mario Kart Double Dash.
Yo,
now that's a game.
Double Dash is real good.
That's a game right there.
Actually, also Mario Golf Toadstool Tour. I played that at Ed's a lot. One of the only GameCube games I did play.
Oh man, Mario.
That game was fun. It's just it's a fun golf game with.
It wasn't bad.
Characters.
Yeah, you had to enjoy, like, because a lot of it was a lot of just like a swinging line you had to like match with certain regions, right?
Yeah.
It was one of those. Yeah, so it's one of those. They ended up incorporating that for a lot of the other sports games, which I did enjoy. But I remember Toadstool Tour was just a lot of like, can I time this button right? It wasn't bad.
Time
if you
this
like golf
button
games,
to get max power.
if you like golf games, it's a really good Mario skin.
It's a fun
game.
arcade golf game
Yeah.
with a Mario skin.
It was good.
And Double Dash is a good Mario
but
game.
Double Dash, though.
Man, so many people.
I'm surprised they never made another Double Dash
I know.
game, or have it like turn into a mode.
Having the second person in your cart changed everything. Because I know this was the first one they added like weight classes to the vehicles.
Yep.
Yeah.
So knowing which characters you
Fat-ass
have
Bowser.
mattered for the specials. Also, not every play, like if someone picked Yoshi, you weren't locked out of the Yoshi special because someone else could pick Birdo and you get the same special skill. So there was a lot more variety in what you could pick.
Probably too much work to put all that together.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Like,
it
not even
would be
kidding.
a lot. It would be a lot to
Yeah.
balance it. And
Mario Party. We can ignore that.
Mario, we ain't talking about Mario Party.
Yeah, they were all playable.
The killer of friendships.
They weren't even good. These ones weren't even like I played like
Alright,
4
4
and
was good.
5.
4
No,
was good.
I didn't like 4.
6 and
too
7,
much.
I could do without them.
Like they made me just want to like dust off the N64 and just play Mario Party 2.
I wanted just like a game that had the best of all the previous mini games that are trying to add new ones that sucked.
I don't know. What else we got here?
Mario Tennis was actually really good. It was.
I never played it for GameCube.
So, all right, we got to play this. That also ends friendships. So I played that with a couple of my roommates junior year of college. We were just like looking for more GameCube games to play, and I picked up Mario Tennis. That was like the worst week of our lives. Everyone's getting so competitive with it. That game is really good, and the specials are complete horseshit, which makes it so much more fun.
Neato.
Word.
Yeah. Baseball sucked.
Baseball sucked.
Baseball sucked. I don't know. Recognize.
I want to stop
Is this Mega
at
Man thing? Anything?
Metabots
fun?
Infinity was terrible. I didn't like
I
it.
don't want to talk about Metabots.
I like the franchise. I hate the game.
Mega Man.
Network
Was it Network
transmission.
Transmission?
Anything?
I want to talk about this one real quick.
You
This is-
do? Okay, yeah.
So I was a big fan of the Mega Man Battle Network series. So when I saw they put one out on GameCube, I immediately got it. But what I did not know was this was going to be the first time I played a localized video game that just did not put anything in English. Every noise
Yeah.
and voice was
no.
in Japanese.
Yeah,
And
dude.
as someone who was not yet a weeb, it was very off-putting. Like, I can't understand anything they're saying in this high-pitched language. But now I end up usually staying on Japanese audio for a lot of games where I'm like familiar with the anime. So it's weird. If I went back and played it now, I'd appreciate it. As a kid, I hated it. But they tried to do like a 2D Mega Man style, but they tried to keep some of the gameplay mechanics from the Game Boy Advance game, and it did not mesh well at all. It was really bad.
Gotta
Yeah.
go solid. The Twin Snakes.
just a visual remaster of Metal Gear Solid 1.
Oh, so
Yeah.
it's cheating.
That's pretty much cheating. But I thought it was an interesting move because this was Konami sort of going back to Nintendo briefly, very briefly.
It's like the only time Metal Gear Solid has been available off of a Sony console.
Well, I mean, that's not the main franchise right now. It was on the NES, the first two games.
No, that was Metal Gear. I'm talking about Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, but now it's like, oh, you're talking about... Well, I'm talking about the story in general.
Oh, I'm just talking about...
Because with this last game, with 5, it, like, ties those games into the whole entire franchise.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Oh, I thought you guys knew this.
No, I know very little about Metal Gear.
Oh, yeah. So, do you guys want me to say it? Do you guys mind if I spoil it?
Does he, like, does he reference his first mission ever or something?
No, like... Well, it's yeah, pretty much. So, like, it ties into... So, there's 2 big bosses, technically.
There's 2 big bosses?
There was 2 big bosses, and the one that died in Metal Gear 2, I forget which one he dies in.
Wait, is this Metal Gear Solid 5 spoilers?
Yes.
Yo, you're ruining this game for me, Tyler.
Oh, shit. Well, that's what I was asking.
I was zoned out. I was looking at this list.
Metroid Prime.
This is why.
Metroid Prime.
We'll move on to Metroid Prime then.
No, keep going. I'm already half
No, because that's getting into 5, and 5 is not the question. It was Twin Snakes, and that's just a remake
Twin Snakes is good. So.
Fine.
Perfect.
Well, yeah.
Metroid Prime.
Jesus.
So I unfortunately did not play the first 2. I jumped in at 3.
Wow.
Really?
I loved 3. Yeah.
Wow. Metroid Prime 1 was pretty solid. Except the goddamn C-stick.
Or am I crazy?
I thought 2 was the one that got all the flack.
I never played 2.
Well, shit. Never mind. I guess we're skipping that then.
Yeah.
There we go.
Solid franchise though.
I couldn't play 1. Like I thought 1 was fun, but I couldn't get past using the C-stick for aiming. Like I couldn't do it. It was too hard.
I remember trying 1 somewhere, and I was like, "Oh, this aim is god."
The aim is terrible. Like the C-stick was not made.
It was not made for shooters.
Hey,
like that's what
Naruto games. Who cares?
No one cares.
Were those all? Yeah, they were all GameCube exclusive in Japan.
Hey,
in
look.
Japan.
I don't know about you guys, but the next thing I see that matters is Paper Mario. Unless I.
That's a great game.
Paper Mario. That was a good game.
Paper Mario: Thousand Year Door. Definitely one of the best games on GameCube. However, not one of my.
I was shocked they like changed up the formula so much with the sequels.
Yeah, wasn't the first one like wasn't this one really good, and then the rest changed it and like then they did the stickers
Basically.
and.
Oh, wait! There was more Paper Mario games after Thousand Year Door.
Yeah, there was one for Wii, and there was one for Wii U, I think. My brother my brother was so excited for the Wii one, and he was very, very let down.
Damn, that's unfortunate. At least there is still a Paper Mario that we can reference back to.
Yeah, there's Super Paper Mario, Sticker Star, and Color Splash. Super was for Wii. Sticker was for 3DS, and the most recent one was for Wii U.
I want to know their inspiration for the Paper Mario franchise. Mostly because they already had... I didn't know this, right? At the time, until my friend showed me, but like they had Super Mario RPG.
Oh yeah, that was a really
basically the same.
I was gonna say that's what led into it. They were like, this RPG thing's cool, but we can't really make this a thing because it's just Final Fantasy. So let's find a way to make this more Mario.
Well, it was also the Square Enix co-owned that franchise, or Squaresoft co-owned the franchise.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, we can do a better one.
We can, and they kind of did. I mean, yeah, like they're both good in their own right.
Yeah, I mean, you have to keep in mind it's also a Super Nintendo RPG,
right?
Which there are good ones from the time, but.
Pikmin.
Okay, yeah. So no, I stand corrected because you know why I thought that? Because I got the GameCube the year it came out, but I didn't get mine until Christmas that year.
Yeah, there was only like a 2-month gap between launch and when Pikmin 1 came out.
Yeah. So it's still, I almost want to even consider that a launch title though, because it was so close.
Isn't that the launch window, quote unquote?
I guess.
I don't. Whatever.
I want to give it to it. Like I understand what you were saying.
Regardless, talk about Pikmin.
Pikmin, I didn't like it. Boom.
Whoa, back up! I thought
that
you
game
liked it.
sucked. I didn't like it.
Pikmin.
That's when whoa. Well, because you know what? Like I'm kind of biased. Like that's where I learned my bias that I don't like timed games.
Oh, hold.
Unless
So,
it's Dead
so
Rising.
your issue was with the time restriction on Pikmin 1?
Yeah, that's literally my only
Oh,
real
okay. Yeah.
issue. Like the game, the way it uses resources and how they, how you use different Pikmin for certain things. I think that's kind of cool aspect. It's very different for Nintendo, how they try to like pioneer that kind of thing. But it was something about the time restriction. I mean,
I agree with you 100% on that point. I bitched it out in the past with Final Fantasy 13-3.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, with games forcing you to like adhere to a strict schedule.
Yeah, outside that, like if I played that game at my own pace, I feel like I would like it a lot better. But it just
Wait, so you didn't play Pikmin 2?
No, I didn't play Pikmin 2.
So Pikmin 2 they got rid of the time restriction on Pikmin 2.
Really?
And I jumped in at 2 and then later went back and played 1. But that's why I love it, because 2 is you have all the freedom of controls of the first game. You have additional Pikmin types, but you don't have the time restriction. You can play at your own pace. You sit there and grind as long as you want, which I did. I had like maxed out Pikmin.
10 billion Pikmin.
Yeah, but it was really cool because Nintendo figured out how to make like essentially an RTS on. Well, it's not really an RTS, but it's close enough.
It is
it's
not,
Nintendo's version of it.
You know how I know that? Because I played a game that was essentially Pikmin for adults. I played Overlord.
Yo, that game was fun, dude.
Oh, good. I'm glad someone else knows
I like
Overlord.
that game. Yeah, that was a fun game.
I did a Let's Play of 1 and 2, but the expansion for 1 is hard stuff.
Damn,
I never beat it,
yeah.
but that game's fun. It's Freeman. It's basically you are the next ancient overlord or evil overlord of this land. And it's kind of misleading because you basically do good guy things where they basically bow down and serve you, or you do bad guy kill everyone to get immediate money. But it's a really fun game, but you order these minions around who have different abilities, and they're a lot like Pikmin.
Yeah.
But that game was fun.
It does look a bit like it in terms of control and top-down.
If you even look at the Let's Play I did for like 2 seconds in the middle, you're like, yep, that's basically Pikmin, because you send them out, you like sweep them around, and you get 4 different types of minions with different powers, so...
Point is, the format worked, which was very interesting. I'm excited that, like, when Pikmin 3 got announced, people were like, oh man, they're reviving a seemingly dead franchise, so it didn't sound like they were interested. But they've already mentioned they are doing a Pikmin 4 for
Which I'm surprised.
Switch.
It was a very successful franchise on the GameCube.
I wonder if it was just a
Wii.
question of carefully taking the time to cultivate ideas how to do another one. And then when the Switch was... Because, you know what? I bet they were trying to figure out a way to make the dumb gimmick controls of the Wii and Wii U work with it really well. And they couldn't. And now that the Switch is just kind of whatever, normal. Like, oh shit, let's just make a good Pikmin game.
Oh, fuck it, let's just go back to basics.
They were trying to get the pointer mechanic to work right. They couldn't get a full gameplay model out of it, which is why they did the Pikmin 1 and 2 re-release for Wii that used the controls, because it worked well with the franchise. But they were struggling for ideas. When they showed off the Wii U, someone was like, hey, why don't we use something involving like map components or some shit that involves the controller? And that's what inspired them to come back for 3.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
The Wii U was dying by the time they got into it, and they're like, hey, Switch.
And then, no one bought it. But then they like cut production early because like no one's buying it. And then it became super hard to find. So Pikmin 3 was a collector's item for a while.
Yo, but guess what? Pokemon Coliseum!
I didn't play any Pokemon games on the GameCube.
I was so hyped for Coliseum when it started. But I love and hate Coliseum. Coliseum was Pokemon's like experiment at being a cool, slightly more mature console game. But unfortunately, the franchise didn't succeed, and Nintendo's like, oh, see, people don't like console Pokemon games. Let's never try this again. Except they ignored the reason people didn't like it.
Yeah.
I liked Coliseum. It was limited in what Pokemon you get, and then I really hated how with XD Gale of Darkness, they're like, oh, look, we'll add wild Pokemon so that way you can't complain about it. But they added like 10, and they never show up. And they're like, oh, look, people still didn't like it. Oops. So it was one of those...
bullshit.
It was a cool concept. I liked the Shadow Pokemon concept. But the atmosphere in the game was great, but it didn't have the magic of a genuine Pokemon game.
Is there anything about Pokemon, whatever this Pokemon Box or Pokemon Channel is?
So Pokemon Box was, back when you were trying to catch them all, you physically couldn't. There wasn't enough room in your PC box to hold all of them. So they came with this GameCube application you could hook your games up to like easily transfer large amounts of Pokemon between games. This would end up becoming Pokemon Box for 3DS, which is a way better application.
which I'm about to use.
It was cool. This was
Very
one of the
soon.
only ways to get Surfing Pikachu for a while.
Surfing
If you caught 1,000
Pikachu?
Pokemon, they gave you a Surfing
Yeah.
Pikachu.
Cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. Finally leaving P behind.
Pool Edge. No.
Brave Master. That anime.
I like that
sucked.
anime. I liked it. Fuck you.
No, I liked it at first, but then when I went back and rewatched it recently, I realized how bad it was.
Sonic Adventure 2
No, wait.
Battle.
Hold on.
What?
Fucking. Well, I
Yo,
can't
Weeb
talk
Wars.
about it anymore.
What?
Because Resident Evil was. Well, it wasn't a. I kind of want to talk about briefly. I know it's not. I know it's not. It's not an exclusive anymore, especially. But Resident Evil, the first one, was remade for the GameCube, and
Ed
man,
played
that shit
for
was dope.
years. Ed loved that thing.
Yeah, that was dope as hell, and I can't wait for the remake of Resident Evil 2.
That's gonna
What's that
probably
coming out
be
for?
Probably
What?
modern stuff.
Resident Evil 2.
Oh yeah, it's probably gonna be out. Yeah, for the modern stuff.
haven't
I know
really announced
Capcom
yet.
Or
announced.
it was like an exclusive.
Yeah. I mean, Resident Evil 1 was the remake of Resident Evil 1 wasn't exclusive for the GameCube. Resident Evil 0 was also an exclusive for the GameCube until the next generation of consoles came out, I think. No. This current generation of console re-released 0 and 1.
Hmm.
Yeah, so now they effectively did not become exclusives to the GameCube anymore.
So
Let's
Sonic
see
Adventure 2
here.
Battle?
One of the
Sonic
best games.
Adventure
Even though
2
it's
Battle.
Also
is
not an exclusive
Best
anymore.
3D Sonic game.
Oh, what?
Yeah, it's on Steam. You can get it on Steam now, dude.
Oh, well, it's forgive
All the
me.
PlayStation consoles.
The
But alright, so
GameCube thing says whatever.
it's also a Dreamcast original that got re-released on GameCube when Dreamcast died.
Also that. Yeah, it was also on the Dreamcast.
But I like the thing it's an exclusive because it was a selling point for GameCube because it was a console that wasn't dead.
Yeah, also was it one of my top 5 games, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle.
Dude, I spent so much time on Sonic Adventure 2 Battle just because I was really into raising chows. And that was like the end
Too
game for
much
Sonic
time.
Adventure 2 Battle.
It was though, because
to
you
find the
it
level
was.
you're good at and just raise chows.
That's all you did at the end of the game.
It was like Super Sonic 3D Tamagotchi, basically.
Oh my god.
For anyone who hasn't played this.
Yeah, yo man, I don't care though. It's a great game. One of the best games. It was never on Dreamcast. Fuck that console.
Stairfax temperatures. From John. Tron. Have you guys not watched
Oh
that?
no, I don't. I'm sorry.
That
Alright,
John
Also,
Tron
I
video
never-
is one of my
loved-
favorites.
I loved Star Fox Assault. I'm gonna say it. I love that game.
I never played either
Had
because
tanks and shit. It was amazing.
I'm bad. Even though I love Star Fox 64, it is one of my favorite N64 games. But I never played Star Fox Adventure. I think because I was like, man, I just want more ship fighting.
Just keep me in the R-Wing,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah, I just want to stay in the R-Wing. I really don't care
Yeah,
about...
being
this
out of a
ground
vehicle sucked
shit.
in that game, but the tanks were cool in Assault.
Yeah, were you in more vehicles in Assault?
There was still the ground gameplay mechanic, but there were more vehicles.
I mean, Adventures is 95% not in anything. You're just on foot.
Yeah,
I mean,
which
Assault had,
bothered
I
me.
want to say it had multiplayer, which is what I played it for. I don't think I did the campaign for it.
Oh, that's shit. What the hell?
Because,
See,
That's invalid then.
well, because it's mostly a multiplayer game. It's supposed to be an arcade game. They said, fuck it, let's release it on GameCube.
fuck it, we're going live.
Star Wars Rogue 2 and Rogue 3.
Yo, I
Games
love
still
Rogue Squadron.
desperately want to play.
I love Rogue Squadron.
There's a GameCube, I think, sitting buried away somewhere back home, actually. I don't even remember how I got it.
Or you
I'm
could get a
staring at Rogue
Wii.
Squadron 3 right now.
Huh?
I'm still sitting in my room in my GameCube collection.
I really...
love two
Because
more.
you can't emulate these games, and I really, 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 really,
I know, 'cause
really
they're
want
so-
to play
Damn,
them.
shit.
how
shittily
much do they
coded.
cost? How much
I don't
are
know.
they? Go find out. Or
Yo, let's-
borrow
I'll-
Friedman's.
I'll-
I
Fucking
really... Just, like... I've played
Bar-
so many of the
Bar
major Star
Freeman's.
Wars games, and I played Rogue One, and I want to play these so bad. Oh
Hey
my
man.
God.
It's only like
Good.
$15, $20.
Yeah, see, boom. $20, get yourself a Star Wars for the GameCube. Play some old school
You're
games.
gonna go track down. You gotta track down your memory card. The
I had to
good
go-
I
old
don't
days.
even care. I just like Rogue.
Yeah, when you
Beater.
come back, we can go to that one shop and
I know the one you're talking about on
Oh
like
my
Route
God.
3.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
right
that
over
one.
there.
That one's
I've
great.
been meaning to go back there for a while, actually.
Oh, hit me up if you want to go. I'm always down to visit.
Hell yeah.
I just like. There's so few good Star Wars games left that I haven't played, and that's one of the. Those are two of the only ones, and I really, really want to try them finally.
Highly recommend them.
Super Mario Sunshine.
Wait, no, you're skipping over the best Mario sports game.
Strikers? I didn't even
Super
know
Mario
that.
Strikers?
So I just want to tell a short story about Strikers because
Oh,
me and my
baby.
friends love this. It's our favorite Mario sports game. So like every other Mario game, you have like your typical stuff like the bananas, the green shells, whatever. And the number one way to get like a power-up item is if someone fouls you in the game. But the easiest way to steal the balls from someone is just to foul them. So my friends and I, instead of actually playing by the rules and avoiding fouling each other, we would intentionally tackle each other whenever we could and just spam the shit out of weapons we got. It was a
Jesus.
way better gameplay mode, and they neutered it in the sequels.
Okay, so now I'm going to tangential into my own
Obviously,
story, though this one's probably a lot more normal. When me and Ed would play NFL Blitz Pro, I forget if it was like N64
Blitz
GameCube or
Series,
what.
That's a football game.
But
I wish they continued.
Ed's favorite tactic was Tim's going to almost always do a passing play because running is trash in that because it's like 30 yards for a first down. So as soon as I'd throw the ball, Ed would just immediately tackle whoever the receiver was and it would just drop on the ground. It's like, well, that didn't work.
Yeah, because
It's like-
NFL Blitz, anything goes, man.
Yeah, anything
Great.
goes. It was hysterical. And then Ed bought the gritty Xbox game and it's like, wow, this is okay.
Yeah, no, those older Blitz games were great, but that's what killed it. That's the game that killed it.
But no, the arcadey one was hilarious. But anyway, now you can talk about Sunshine.
Yo, Sunshine is a great game.
Do 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 do. Yeah, I like that game too.
The
I really like the art
aesthetic,
style.
the
Yeah,
tropical
the aesthetic.
nature of this game was great. It was.
It's
how
some
do
of the
I put
best
it?
consistent art style that I've ever seen in a game, too, in my opinion.
I also like the gameplay of at least the hover component of the flood, like being able to add this hover component to your jumps. It really added to the platforming. I'm not gonna lie, some of the later upgrades to the flood in the game, like the rocket one and the turbo booster, those were so underutilized in the game they might as well have not even been in there.
But yeah, from what I remember, I saw like either part of a Let's Play or a speedrun or something of this game. Man, you rocket around a lot, or you float around a lot.
But yeah, the main two upgrades for the flood that you use for most of the game, those were really well thought out. They played out very well. They had stuff like launching yourself backwards, doing a spin jump with water, like just crazy shit. Spraying water in the ground, then doing a slide, and you would just slide indefinitely. Like
Yeah,
that was
they had
fun.
great mechanics that, in my opinion, almost ahead of its time.
Yeah,
I also wanna
considering
point
it
out-
wasn't super loved.
There's
Yeah,
also
I don't know
a few
why.
Mario games where you
Still
can spend
pretty
like
great.
10 hours alone just on the hub world, not even going to any of the real. Like they haven't done that in Mario since then.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the flood. I enjoyed a lot of like the mechanics between like going into, especially like the way how you slide on stuff and how you can collect water. I thought that was interesting. Like not like from bodies of water, but like puddles of water.
Oh yeah, or like occasionally you would see like I remember some of the earlier levels you'd beat an enemy and there'd be like a bottle of water left behind. Because there were some
Right.
levels where water was scarce and you had to actually manage your resources.
Yeah, see, I like that.
It was cool.
I don't know why they.
I'm just upset because they like accidentally teased a GameCube or sorry a Nintendo Wii remaster, and then nothing came from it. And I'm still waiting for an
Weird.
HD version of this because I try and replay it all the time, and it's just the resolution makes it so hard to play on a modern
Yeah,
TV.
I kind of wanted to bring that up. I know I'm segueing back just a little bit, but when they relaunched the Wind Waker right on the Wii U, there's like one section at the very end with the ship, like where you're on the ship, you do ship battles. That lags, like that starts chugging.
Oh, in the Wii U version.
Yeah, the Wii
Oh,
on the
that's
Wii U
dope.
version, it looks so beautiful, right from start to finish. But when you get to that boat section, I don't even know what happened. I don't know where they went wrong, but that
QA
was
testers
weird.
didn't get far enough.
I guess not. Holy shit. Yeah, Super Mario Sunshine was one of my favorite though. Definitely one of my top 5.
I'm just sitting here waiting for that remaster so I can play it again. 'Cause I love this game.
Yo, Super Monkey Ball was good though.
Super Monkey Ball.
I only played the
I don't know if
first
you
one.
guys played it.
The game
Yeah,
was tricky.
I've seen a
Yeah.
bunch.
It was not an easy game.
No.
I like that game unreasonably way too much.
It got me way too
Unreasonably way too
frustrated,
much.
Yeah, dude, it was
It was sweaty.
Oh yeah, dude.
That was a sweaty
It
game.
actually is.
You
Holy
like
smokes.
push forward on the control stick and you just hope for the best.
You're like instantly tense. Okay, I touched the controller stick. 10th time.
Every level completion was a miracle.
Super Smash
Brothers.
Brothers.
Yeah, this is the one.
Finally.
This is the one.
This
It's
is the
not
game.
my number 1, but it's the one.
It's my number 1, but this is the game that's keeping GameCube alive today. This is the game that. This is the game that 16 years later people still want to play.
I'm shaking my head. I don't know if the
huge
listeners can feel
losers.
this. You know what the weird thing is? This is the game. This game.
This game.
This is the
This
only
game.
game.
Like so much fucking time
Dude,
playing
this is
the
the
game.
only game I know that has not only been in the competitive circuit, but like some of the longest compared to like Quake and some of the other shit. But like, its meta changes with no.
Yeah, like no
patch.
one used to play Jigglypuff 2 years ago. Now she's top tier. Like
Yeah,
this shit doesn't happen.
the
with
meta changes. I don't
get it
I
either.
don't get it.
I don't think
I mean, I get it, but
that's
I
cool,
don't get
but I
it.
actually don't think that's crazy. Any game where there's enough choice into what you take into a battle is gonna have a meta evolve. It's like League of Legends or Magic, where if there's options, there's almost always going to be some new way to try and attack a problem. And as soon as you realize it's good, someone else sees it and it's like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And then it turns into, what am I going to do against that?
But that's the
Magic-
thing. Like, there's way less
But
choices
Magic-
than a team of 6 on League versus
Yeah,
another
but
team of
Magic-
6.
No, I
with
totally
Magic, all the cards.
understand.
Like,
But
But
there's a reason Jigglypuff is played, right? Because she's good against what was good back 2 years ago.
no, she's just good now. People just didn't realize the versatility of one of her moves,
Well, there you
and then built a
go.
whole play. But
That's
like
the
that's,
other thing. Dude.
but it's like a 16-year-old game. I don't expect people to start finding
Freeman,
versatility
Death
moves
Shadow
with
wasn't
unused
a deck
characters.
in Modern, yet all the cards were there for it for years.
And that's cool.
But that's the
Like, it
same
is
thing.
cool.
But Death Shadow wouldn't have existed when Twin was around. That's a shifting meta due to like outside forces. Nothing changed about
Yeah.
Melee since 2001.
I'm also not saying it's not a problem. I'm not complaining about it.
We're celebrating.
I'm not
I'm
saying you should
confused,
complain.
yeah.
I'm not trying to say you are. It's
I
just
don't,
like
man.
this happens
I
to
don't like
everything
the
that lasts a long
tone.
time.
I don't
I
know.
don't
The
like
Street
it.
Fighter
No,
2 meta
because-
hasn't changed that much lately.
No. You know what happened to
kidding.
every other fighting game that was out for that long? They died because they didn't have enough. Like, if nothing else, Melee has such a huge roster. There's always something you can find.
I
Like, that's-
mean, but you
that's
look at
what
all
I'm
these
trying
other
to imply.
rosters, though. These rosters are infinitely better, or not better. Sorry, I did not mean that at all. I meant bigger.
Yeah, Smash is infinitely better than every other fighting game.
Yo, just fucking wave dashing, and all this other canceling
all
shit.
the text.
So many texts that like weren't.
There's too much accidental depth to this game that wasn't built in that just happened to be there.
And know what I thought was weird for Brawl? Like, Nintendo came out and said, I remember with Brawl. I remember, like, I could be wrong, but I thought they said at one point they're like, man, we don't want to make this like a competitive game, and it's like,
They
what?
said that was when they added tripping. They said that was why,
That's bullshit.
because they
Like,
wanted.
that's
to be
what
a
makes
party
them
game.
all that money for Smash. I mean, granted, if it wasn't going to Evo every year,
Well, there was
right,
one year they
would
wouldn't let them.
still make money.
There was one year they wouldn't let him do it at Evo because like stop advertising a game we're not selling anymore.
Yeah. And then he was
That's
like,
dumb.
fuck you.
I think
Like,
that's
they
dumb
wanted it to be
because
Brawl or
if people
something.
want to play it, let them play it. Like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
right.
See, this goes back to last week's thing on Nintendo's bullshit. I don't know.
All right,
Why do
before
they gotta
we go
do
to that,
this?
we're almost done with the list. Finally,
I don't
almost
think
done.
Are there any more exclusives down here?
Yeah.
Tonka Rescue Patrol.
Wario World.
Oh shit, I forgot.
Oh
That's
man,
literally the last one that matters. Wario World.
Well, hold, we got Beautiful Joe. Oh wait, hold. The first
It's
two.
not
weren't-
Beautiful
exclusive.
Joe.
What the
Wait.
fuck?
No, wait, no, hold on. Wait, what? No, I actually have to.
No, they released for PS2 the following year.
Oh, that's right.
They were the
yeah.
first
It was one of
exclusive on
those
GameCube.
deals, like Resident Evil 4 wasn't exclusive to
Come out
GameCube.
later.
Oh, was this like
Yeah.
a Capcom thing where it would come up first on GameCube and
Yeah,
then
then it came out like a year later. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
'Cause
Xbox
Beautiful
and
Joe
Sony, who
was
wants
it.
the first year after release thing?
And all of them are like, Capcom,
Yeah.
nah, get the fuck out of here.
And then Sony's like, I'll give you $1, I guess.
But like Sony got all the good shit, like Resident Evil 4. I'll go back to Resident Evil 4 for a second, but like there was almost nothing. Like at least the thing they added new costumes and they added the separate ways to it, and you couldn't get that on the GameCube. They didn't re-release it the next year. You could only get those things on the PS2.
I know I mentioned Happy Video Game Nerd before, Derek Alexander. He did a video talking about the crazy versions of how many versions of Resident Evil 4 there are and how many things are locked away on only specific versions of the game.
Yeah.
How there's like no complete version anywhere.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's fucked. Tell me about it. It's one of my favorite games of all time.
Look, Beautiful Joe wasn't exclusive. Wario World, and then we're done.
Sure.
All we need is Wario World.
Wario World was interesting.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I really didn't.
I played a little bit of it. I didn't actually own it.
No,
it was
screw it. We're done. Okay, great.
We're done. We're
That's
done.
it. That's all of them. That's all the exclusives that matter. The rest is just Zoids games.
WWE.
Oh yeah.
Day of Reckoning
No.
2.
Let's talk about WWE WrestleMania 19 though, because I love that game.
Fuck.
Man, that was actually a good game.
Wait,
and if you look back,
this isn't 19.
huh?
Isn't?
I mean, was it? Yeah, 19.
Is this 19?
Yeah, it's
Really?
19.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it is.
19.
Oh, okay.
Or no,
Wow.
not 19.
I was misreading
No.
Roman numerals because, of course, they're cool and they have to do frickin'
No,
Roman
I'm talking
It's
numerals.
about,
either 11-10 or 10-9 or
No, it was 18. No, it was 18 that was good. I liked 18.
Oh, there's X8. Yeah.
X8.
Yeah,
What
I
the
thought that was better than 19. Yeah, but this is back when
X8?
little Tyler was really, really into wrestling, and he was all about wrestling.
Tyler, you're reminding me about our conversation.
Yeah,
a few
I
weeks
know. I don't need to hear it again. It doesn't need to be mentioned.
Wait, Tyler, you didn't play Yu-Gi-Oh! The False Bound Kingdom, did you?
No, I didn't.
No, it's only
actually,
a recent shitty development.
yeah. Actually, I never got into the Yu-Gi-Oh games. I didn't.
I don't
really
blame you. All the
they're-
console ones were bad. The
Yeah.
Game Advance ones were pretty
My
good.
friend though loved Forbidden Memories for the PS1 though.
Oh, the
don't
one
know
like
why.
3 creatures at a time.
Yeah, he really liked Forbidden Memories. And
It was a
Felipe,
cool
if you're
game.
listening, I still don't get why you don't like this game. But
Oh my God.
whatever.
All right, guys, it's up to you
Guys,
two.
what?
I don't have a vote on this unless I need to tie break. What's the vote?
What's the best?
All right, I don't have a dice or a coin or anything.
What objectively? Objectively, Smash.
No,
is
no,
better.
no, no, no. This is opinion. This is all opinion because
This is opinion?
objectively is impossible anyway. So, all right, this is okay. I'm just gonna throw this notebook in the air, this little pad of paper I have on my desk, and whichever side it lands on is whoever I ask first.
This is some next level coin flipping.
All right, Tyler.
Tyler, that's me. Super Smash Brothers. It's not. So I have to say though, Zelda is my number one.
Whoa! This is
In terms
opinion.
of best game, this is
What is
opinion.
your
My opinion
favorite
though,
game?
my favorite.
on the
fine.
yeah, we're doing
If
favorite.
we're saying my favorite,
console.
it's Wind Waker.
Okay,
Hands
actually,
down.
I'm gonna rephrase. Final time.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
How you
This is
gonna-
okay, because the show is called, the topic is called the best of the generation.
Yeah.
If you pointed to someone and you said, "I think this is the best game of the generation
Yeah.
of the console," God,
Yeah.
what is the best game of the console? Wind Waker.
But that's different though. I think Smash is. It
You think
is
it's the-
different because
Why
if
do you
my
think that's the best, but not your favorite? Why? What makes Wind Waker not the best over Smash?
because Smash was just like, I'm not saying that Wind Waker is a timeless masterpiece because it is. But
Wait,
like
you're not saying it is because it is?
no, I'm not saying. Oh my god, I'm saying compared to Smash, like Super Smash Brothers Melee is like as in where Zelda is classified and kind of bunched together in the end of the day with the rest of the Zelda games. Not to me personally, but amongst most Zelda fans it is, and like the GameCube overall. But like Super Smash Brothers Melee is something completely different. It's almost like it's separate from the rest of its brethren, like past and future.
All right, so then Freeman, what's your answer?
Mine is Super Smash Bros. Definitely.
Is it really?
Yes, and I'll tell you why. 16 years later, I'm still having fun playing this game. This game is fun, and that's the important part about video games to me, is that I'm always having fun playing. I don't get tired of it. In terms of, graphics, music, single player and multiplayer, this game has it all. If I had to pick one game to own for GameCube and only one game, it would most definitely be Super Smash Bros.
So are we just, between the two of you, just unanimous? It's the best game of the GameCube is Super Smash Bros. Melee?
Yeah.
Definitely.
I'll say it.
Yeah, launch title is the best game of the console.
Yeah, I'll say it's the best. Like, it's literally because of that. Like, I feel like I have to judge it, like, on that. That's just how I feel, though.
All right, so we finally have our answer after going through the whole list.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like that was it, though. I felt like that was it.
If you had to give your second one, would you say Wind Waker?
Yeah.
This is where there's too many. I don't know what I'd give my second.
I mean, you said Pikmin before the podcast, before we came back.
I said Pikmin was my favorite.
You guys both said it. I thought that's what it was gonna be.
Oh no, I love Pikmin. It's not. I wouldn't call.
Oh, I said Pikmin for the lulz.
Oh, I
didn't even mean. No, I don't like Pikmin like that. I remember I said it. Third's probably F-Zero GX. Easy. If I were to pick a third.
How much I played it, I want to say Sonic Adventure 2, but I recently replayed it, and it's not as good as I remember.
Okay.
What do you mean that soundtrack, though?
Yo, the soundtrack,
Freeman, what's the second best? Might as well do 3 since Tyler already did.
I'm stuck between Sunshine or Kirby's Air Ride because I still want to play Kirby's Air Ride to this day.
All right, so Sunshine's number 2, then Kirby Air Ride's number 3.
Damn.
I feel terrible putting Air Ride that high, but yeah, I love that game.
I mean, no, that's fine. That's fine, but that's why I'm saying, looking from the outside, it sounds like Sunshine should be your number 2. Because
it is.
It doesn't sound like Air Ride's that good. It's just like some good memories doesn't really make it one of the best games on the console.
I mean, like, I love Mario Kart, but I'm never going to say Mario Kart's the best game of a console. It's a fun experience, but it doesn't have, like... I don't want to say it doesn't have depth, but it doesn't have enough depth to be my favorite.
Yeah, so Kirby,
it's kind of the
same.
Fine. It's the same with Air Ride. Like, Mario Sunshine has so much going on. I'd definitely put it as my second pick.
Yeah, there you go. So, we have a unanimous vote of Super Smash Bros. Melee. I'm not voting because I know so few of these. Spoilers for most of the brackets.
So are we doing Xbox Original next week? What's happening?
We'll figure it out between weeks. I don't really give a shit.
Pick which of those 6 games is the best.
Halo Combat Evolved. Halo Combat Evolved.
Halo or Halo 2, guys.
Halo Combat Evolved. Halo 2. Halo 2.
All right,
and Fusion Frenzy.
Oh my God! Get out of here! I never
no.
played the full version. I just played the demo disc.
Oh, I can't forget Fable either. But
Fable Lost Chapter. Dude, we're playing Fable.
we are indeed playing Fable Lost Chapters.
All right, we're done. We're done. We don't have any Q&A.
I give up.
We don't have any follow-up from episode 7 because we're gonna do more Star Wars podcasts in the future, I'm sure.
I just want to chime in about the last episode. Yes, I was salty, but no, we don't let the saltiness and sweatiness of our arguments impact our friendship and the integrity of the podcast.
Well, yeah,
we are back.
Yeah, fine. I'll open it up super quick just to be absolutely sure there was nothing important from that one. Because now that you said that, I remember someone there was a comment chain going on.
Yeah, there was. It was kind of
comment
like
chain sounds so much more
implying that it was like 1,000 comment
really.
chain.
There it is.
I have seen Facebook arguments longer than like
the one that the one that we commented on from Cypher. Room together talk about us breaking into a fist fight. No, it wouldn't break into a fist fight.
We're too much of bros for that.
I guess there's a question from Chumper. I liked Rogue One, but the only reason that movie exists is to cover up a plot hole from the first movie, then create somewhere way worse plot holes in the process. What do you think about that? Honestly, I thought it was
plot
fine.
Holes referring to just why the Death Star has a weekness. Was that the plot hole?
I guess. I don't know.
I wouldn't call it a plot hole. I'd say it's an explanation for something that happened.
Because it's literally a hole. Ha.
All right, Freeman, what are you doing this week?
So I made a shit ton of progress on Persona 5 last week. I am closing in, I think, the 6 out of 7 dungeons. I'm getting there faster, but then someone told me today that I thought it was only taking like 120 hours to beat the game, But then my friend who did that told me that he was speedrunning it. So I'm concerned because I'm only like 90 hours in. So I've got a shit more to do.
Holy shit.
But I fucking love this game. It's really good. I'm going to keep playing it. I'm trying to find some time to actually start reading. I have it sitting on my bed. Stormfront. The Dresden Files book.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
I was
yes,
sitting
yes,
there like,
yes,
oh man,
yes,
I'd
yes,
never
yes.
give it back to Val before you guys moved. I'm like, I'd probably try and see if I can read it before
You have
camping.
2.5 weeks before we're back for the camping trip.
I gotta squeeze out some time to read this.
Bang it out. It's good.
Yeah,
Salad.
that's my plan. Let's see if I get any reading done for next week.
It's also short.
It
It's not
really
that
is.
long.
And honestly, if you don't love it, Tyler will just probably hand you book 3 and be like, skip the first 2, it's fine.
Oh wait, really?
Yeah.
He references them all the time, but even Jim Butcher apparently has gone on record saying you can skip the first 2 Dresden books.
They're not really that important, honestly.
I hate skipping stuff though.
No,
I'd
I
rather
do too. I do
read the whole
too, and
thing.
I never would. But it's just as a testament to how things are a little in flux. Like some of his personal relationships, especially with some of the other mainish important characters like Murphy. He hasn't really figured out where he wants things to go yet, but by book 3 and 4, things start to settle in a lot better. But they're still good reads, so it's not like they suck or anything.
Yeah.
He establishes the rules really well and things like that. So, Tyler, your week?
I got quite a bit of stuff happening. I'm going to the New Jersey Comic Fest. It's like over in our town. Leslie and I are going to it. Trying to avoid the tabletop convention at my job. Let's see here. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh yeah, I'm also doing a lot of prep work for our game, or my game, whatever.
Yep.
For my world.
Your
So I got
world.
some stuff lined up. My world, the cyberpunk Blade Runner guns.
My character has made a deal with a Greek god. It's very
Yeah,
cool.
man. I got cool stuff in plan for that.
Sweet.
Just wait.
Sweet.
What else am I doing? I was playing Heart Gold, and I finished Heart Gold. I
Nice.
didn't know, Freeman, that there was a post game. Like after you beat Red,
What?
I didn't know you could do more stuff.
Wait, what are you talking about?
What do you mean? What am I thought you beat Heart Gold.
Yeah, but which stuff are you talking about?
Oh, like almost everything. Like because I got Heart Gold. Like I got Kyogre. And
Oh, you're
getting,
talking about that part? Oh yeah, the other
yeah.
legends. Yeah.
Yeah, I never knew that was a thing in Heart Gold because I never made it that far.
Fuck, do I have to take out my DS now? Oh my god.
Yeah, you do.
No, it's
man.
fine. You don't need to. If you're not trying to catch them all, it doesn't matter.
No, yeah, but I thought it was cool though. I thought it was like a fun little like thing that you could do. I think it's bullshit. I mean, I have Rayquaza already, but you need to have Kyogre and Groudon to get Rayquaza. And I think I'm gonna get the Pokebank this weekend just so I can transfer him over.
So I'm
'Cause I don't
going to
feel
warn
like
you, you
putting one
can't
out.
transfer directly from Gen 4 to the 3DS because
No.
you need Gen 5 in the middle.
Shit. Oh, so I
And
have
s-
to get black or
Yo,
white. I mean,
And you have to beat Black and White. And then
really?
What?
they decide...
Wait,
so you
hold
know-
on. I don't remember doing that though.
You do, because you can't get to the area in Black and White where you can activate what's called the Poke Launcher, which lets you send Pokemon from Gen 4 to Gen 5.
Well,
But here's the thing. And let me get a little mini rant in before this episode's over.
Oh my
So when
god.
they went-
such
well,
a
no,
long
no.
episode.
Here's the problem, no, because this actually fucks everything up for me because my white doesn't work for some reason. I threw it into like I have the regular DS.
Tyler, I can
Right,
lend
I-
you my copy of Black if you want.
Yo, that would
If
actually
you
help me
just
a
want to
lot.
transfer and then give it back, I'll lend it to you.
Yeah, because like I wanted to buy the other version of white, or like another version of white, or like get black. But the problem is it's still like it's like $40 still.
Yeah, those don't go down in price ever.
I'm like, what the actual fuck? Like, I'm not spending another $40 on it. So that kind of kills my mood a little bit. But I would appreciate it.
Yeah, dude, no problem. Because beating
Hell
Black
yeah.
is already a struggle and a half.
Hell yeah. But all right, yeah. Then that's all I'm doing for this weekend, and you can go on your small thing. Your rant.
I think that's
Oh,
what
the
he
quick
was-
rant? Oh, yeah, no. So when you transfer from Gen 3 to Gen 4, you had this quick like Pokemon catching minigame. And it was a little time consuming, but you were guaranteed to get all 6 transferred over. When they went from 4 to 5, they're like, let's have this fucking like slingshot mini game where you throw Pokeballs at these moving sprites. But the thing was, you had a 2-minute time limit, and there was a chance that you weren't going to get all of them because the stronger Pokemon is, the harder it is to catch that game. But you had to transfer over a group of 6 at a time. So if you wanted to transfer over one Pokemon, you had to find 5 others you didn't want to just transfer over as well, and there was a chance you were going to miss the full transfer.
Jesus.
And it was just long ass mini. It would take like
Who decided that?
4 to 5 minutes per batch of 6. So if you're like, I want to move over 400 Pokemon, congrats. That's what you're doing this month. Learn how to play stupid mini games. And then they learn their lesson Pokemon box like quick. Just let them press a button and transfer a full box at a time.
There you go.
See, but, I don't. Why can't I just do that from? Maybe that's why I wasn't able to transfer my Pokemon version.
Yeah, because you can't go right from Gen 4. It's got to be 5.
That's fucked. But I don't remember, because I never beat White, but I was able to transfer my Pokemon from it, though, when the cartridge was working,
You had to beat White to get to the area where it lets you transfer them.
Really? Because I don't remember doing that. Well, I guess I wouldn't know, would I? Because my fucking cartridge broke. Dumb.
As far as
what are you doing, Tim?
Really not much. Long weekend's finally over. I had 4 days off for 4th. Al and I started watching. She got us to start watching House. We already finished a whole season.
Jeez.
Damn.
So we're just chugging along through House like every day.
Yo, be on the lookout when you get to season 9, dude.
There's not 9 seasons.
Or 8? No, wait. How many seasons are there? Fuck.
One.
What? 8's the last one?
Yeah.
Oh, then maybe it's season. Oh yeah, then maybe it's season 7 then. But they filmed like the first 2 episodes of that season in my town.
Oh shit!
Really?
Yeah, over in like the building that they show was this rundown, abandoned mental hospital called Greystone. It's torn down now. They tore it down a couple of years ago, but that's where that's like the last piece of anything that they did there before they turned it down or tore it down. Yeah.
Well, as far as games and stuff, though, I just have no time. I got a lot of recording done this week, though, but I'm still chugging through Dragon Age Origins. Finally got out of Orzammar. That'll go up next week. Finally got out of the deep roads that never end. Alan Wake's chugging along. I think I'm getting near the end of Alan Wake, and then I'm going to try to do American Nightmare. Just while I'm in the Alan Wake mode. And then Ground Control should almost be done. And I recorded the first episode of a special game. I think I told Friedman about this yesterday while we were playing Magic, but I actually got contacted by, as with happens all the time, I got a email from a game dev saying, here's a key to our game, or contact us about getting a key to our game. And
oh yeah, I remember you were telling me about this. Yeah.
I looked at it and it was called Starpoint Gemini Warlords, and it actually looked cool. And for the first time ever, I said I will take a key instead of saying please leave me alone, I don't want this key. And they sent me one, and I recorded about a 40-minute session of the beginning of the game today. And man, oh man, is this game big!
Oh, nice.
Like there's a lot of systems and stuff in this game. It's going to take me some time to, like, I basically recorded the first episode, and now I'm going to be like, okay, I have to take some time off to learn how to play this and probably download some Star Wars mods because it has Steam Workshop and it's a space game, so of course they'll be there. But
oh, cool.
Yeah, so I actually have a backlog of videos for once, so
Whoa.
But tomorrow's D&D night. Still got to run you guys through Fable after missing last week. Might do the Hour of Devastation pre-release this weekend. I'm not sure because I don't really care about a ton of the cards, but it might be fun to go to one for the first time.
Yeah, they're fun. It depends on how the sealed environment is for that.
Yeah.
Set, block, whatever.
I mean, if nothing else, we'll open up some cool rares and stuff. Get a nice pre-release card or something.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll see. Either way, it'll be a fun time. And then, yeah, that's about it. Next week, work gets back into full swing, and luckily I got lots of pre-recordings done. So, anyway, nice. I think that's going to be it for the TNT podcast this week. This is a long one.
Yeah, we went on for a while.
We took a while, but thank you if you're still listening, which is probably like 0 people, but whatever. Someone somewhere will hear those words.
We do this for the fans.
Yeah,
We do it for the fans. We do it for you.
Oh, sorry, fan singular.
yeah. There you go. The one. But anyway, thanks for listening, everybody.
Yep. See you next week.
See you next week.
See y'all next week. Bye bye.